time I close my eyes, every time I close my time I close my eyes. Every time I close my eyes.
Yes, Gunners. North London is home now.
Oh, shut up, you cunt!
Miss Holmes, I'd rather have Miss Holmes.
Yeah, you're watching me on stream now, and I literally just said Diaz is the best left winger in the world. What do you want me to do? Why are you giving me... Look, you've had my daughter now for 4 weeks. Can you give her back now? I know she's deep in Colombian jungle, but you've got to give her back. I have been constantly other show. I was on Monty's show last week saying it. I've done it on my show. Now I've done it on Sam's show. It's a big show. You know, a lot of people watch it. Everyone's watching, man. You know, I can't keep this Diaz prop up for much longer. It's absolutely killing me. But I want my kids back. I've got to wait till the end of the month. No, I'll wait till the end of the month. But make sure you get the wife thinks they're at their nans. She's like, why are they at their nans? I don't know. Yeah, just I can't do much more. It's killing me, man. Appreciate it.
get kicked, snakes get slithery. Lean in, show y'all the meaning of chivalry. Rap ruler, you can ask Buddha. Right jab like Sam Judah. Every member on my team is a shooter. Tight like a room, no room for him.
John Henry, great businessman, John. Thank you very much. Great businessman.
Hold on. Is that actually a real clip?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Oh no.
No. When did that happen?
Fuck knows.
I have never seen that in my life.
Tom Werner sits. Tom Werner stands
John
next to him.
Henry, great businessman, John. Thank you very much. Great businessman.
No.
Great businessman. Great businessman.
That's crazy.
Oh dear. Big up the chat as well. Hope you're doing good. Oh, dear. Karen never said he backed Trump. What the hell?
Yeah. I saw apparently I cursed Leon tonight. I backed Trump apparently. Apparently I look like Lacazette now. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
yeah, guys. Yeah, Matt's on his way, guys. They just finished their stream on Big Up, so yeah, it all went to penalty. It went so Man United won, then they quickly watched the Lazio game, so that finished on penalties, and yeah, you know it's mad. The Premier League's meant to be shit, but they seem to be ruining Europe, so I don't know what's going on.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, Premier League shit, guys. But
narrative one week is not the narrative the next week, is it?
Yeah, you know the two mid-level teams in our league are in the semi-finals of Europe's second biggest competition.
Or maybe these European competitions are a bit easier than the Prem nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. And got a feeling it's going to be United Spurs final.
Mm.
You know, it's going to be United Spurs final, man.
I'll be honest with you, I hate to say it. Amorim's a quality manager, man. Stubborn, very stubborn, but he's going to be quality for them. If they invest properly, he'll be quality for them. He's way better than Ten Hag.
Oh yeah. I'm better than Ten Hag, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, Turkey was cookie before he got taken off, then they lost.
No comment, man. No comment.
That's my guy, man. That's my guy.
No
Turkey
comment.
all the way. Yeah. I don't think the curse is live on my channel. You're all right, I think.
I don't know, bro.
I've had a witch doctor bless my channel. You're good.
Bro, I don't want to mention his name. He goes to another club and then my DMs get flooded. I'm literally on the straight and narrow now. I do not want any smoke with anyone in your community, the Cottage community, Sam's community, any community. I don't want the smoke. I'm sorry.
2019, there you go. Oh, it's from 2019.
There's another player in that team who came off the bench and played left wing who's pretty decent as well.
I can't remember who came on.
That
Almeida looked good as well. I like that Almeida. He looked good as well. I buy him on FIFA all the time, man.
There's a winger at PSG who's not signed a new deal. Tempting.
We'll leave it there. Oh, Fofana. Yeah, I don't think Cal's allowed to say the word. So
I didn't say the name, Joe.
You didn't say no. It's good. But yeah, big up the chat. Thank you for all being here. I appreciate it. I know we're a little bit late, but we're still going to give you a good show. And I think Matt will be in a minute. I think Drift said he's going to bed, so Drift's done. But yeah, Matt will be here in a sec. But yeah, I can. Do you know what? Like Arsenal yesterday, yeah. I just want to quickly talk about Arsenal yesterday because I thought Arsenal actually played really well against Real Madrid. A very overrated Real Madrid, by the way. But they played extremely well and deserved to go to the semi-final. I do think they'll struggle against PSG because they are a proper team, and I think it's going to be a killer of a game. They're probably the two best teams left in that competition for me. So it's going to be a killer of a game that will. And the reason I say it'll be a killer of a game because Real Madrid's midfield is the most overrated midfield in Europe.
Jay, are we being unfair saying that? Considering, but we a lot of people did think that Arsenal were going to go out to Real Madrid. So is that a bit revisionist If we're saying,
I said they'd go through. I said they'd have an hard
you
game.
did. You're in the minority. I said Arsenal would win the first leg, and I didn't think they would go through the tie. So you're in the minority.
It's their midfield, man. They can't pass. Now I know why they want Trent. Trent ain't going to play right back for him. He's going to play midfield.
It's blatantly
obvious. You've not got a pass, man.
Don't be surprised if you see him in midfield some games.
The missing of Tony Cruz is massive.
Yeah,
people realise it.
I'd be shocked if they don't go for Zubimendi or a player of that profile.
Right, I'm going to say something now. Let's go get the backup of so many people. Yeah, right. They're going to come at me, Jamie. You don't know what you're on about. You change shit.
Camavinga's going to be available.
No. What does Valverde do? No, I'm just putting it out there because when Szoboszlai puts in Valverde performances, when he's just a runner, we slag Szoboszlai off because he doesn't do anything else. What does Valverde do?
Valverde's quality, Joe.
I'm just asking, man. I'm just asking. I'm just asking because Valverde runs around like everything, puts in a tremendous shift. And presses from the front. Does that extremely well. The same as Szoboszlai. I just want to know what else he does. Because
for a start, he does something Szoboszlai doesn't do, and that is shoot when he's got a sighter.
So they are roughly similar players, yeah? Valverde.
I don't think so.
Has Valverde got GA? I'm asking a question, man.
No, I don't know about his game this season. I'll have a check. So in the league, he's got 5 goals, 4 assists, but he has played right back sometimes this season.
I think that's exactly the same as Szoboszlai.
Sobo this season.
I think it's exactly the same.
Sobo's 5 and 3.
I'm just putting it out. I'm just putting it out. Everyone's saying he shoots. But he got the same GA.
He has also played right back this season for them as well.
I'm just asking because every time I watch Valverde, he's shit. Every time I watch him, he's shit. So I keep asking question, what does he do? Like, what does he do? Apart from shooting, guys, what else does he do? Because all everyone's telling me is he shoots.
I think he's good at winning the ball. I think he's a better version of Szoboszlai.
So he's a versatile player. So he's like Szoboszlai, but just a little bit better, yeah. So you're telling me
he's refined Szoboszlai.
So every time I watch Madrid, I don't watch them a lot because I don't watch Spanish football a lot, but I can only go on what I'd see. Every time I watch Real Madrid, I look at Valverde and I'm like, I get what he's about. He's an athlete. He can run all day. He's got stamina for days. He gets the odd shot off, and he's a great presser from when he needs to be. He's a great presser, and he's very versatile. Get that. That's a great player to have in your squad. But I hear people hype him highly. I just don't get it. I personally don't. I don't understand like when people talk about him, they talk about him like he's like Modric or something like that.
He's not that sort
it's
of player.
Nowhere. But that's what I'm saying. Szoboszlai does. So if Szoboszlai put in a game over 2 legs against Arsenal in Europe, like Valverde did, you wouldn't hear the end of it. But when Valverde does it, you never hear anything. It's the same with Vinny Jr., overrated winner. Mbappe, overrated footballer. Like, we've got to come to a time and stop overrating these players. It's ridiculous. We overrate a lot of players. We underrate a lot of players. It's just doing my head in. I have watched Vinny Jr. so much in recent years. Yes, he's clutch at moments. So is Divock Origi. All right. Cool. I look at Vin. Am I wrong? I look at Vinny's international career. It's shit. His club career. Everyone has to go at Mo Salah when he doesn't score a goal as assist and goes, what else does he do in a game? What does Vinny do? Like, honestly, what does the man do? You know, what do they do? I've watched a lot of European football this week, and there's not a better winger in the world than Mo Salah. I've watched them all. I've watched them all. But it's not us though, Cal. It's the people overrating some of these bums.
Yeah,
Kylian Mbappe is a club killer. Kylian Mbappe is a club killer.
I'm not going to speak on Mbappe, bro, because I've said a lot and people still get onto me about it now.
International football, I've said this for 2 years now. I keep saying it. I've said this to you many times. International Mbappe is completely different to club Mbappe. International Mbappe is up here, top tier, sits at the top of the table. Club football Mbappe, what's he do? It's
thing is, Mbappe's got good stats, but I don't know if this is a him problem or it's clubs and managers not having the balls to say, look, you play for the team or you don't play at all. But I don't think there's a coincidence that Mbappe left PSG and they look more fluid now. Because let's call it. Real Madrid are playing 3 left wingers.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? It's
which
mad.
Is crazy. You're playing 3. There's no balance up there.
Pick one.
Yeah, there's no balance up there. Mbappe is not a striker. Or should I say he's not the striker Real Madrid need. Real Madrid need a Firmino. If you're going to play Mbappe, Vinny, and Rodrygo, you need a Firmino type striker up there.
Yeah. And Mbappe should be playing left wing. Right. What people might get him right. I don't think Mbappe's a shit footballer, guys. I think Mbappe's a quality footballer.
He's overhyped.
High end to the very top. But he's nowhere near the best player in the world. Nowhere near it. It's still a quality footballer. There's no doubt about it. He would get in our team at left wing. No doubt about it. I just think he's just overhyped where people think he's like the second coming of Messi or Ronaldo was saying. He's nowhere near them players. Nowhere near them. Nowhere near them. He's nowhere near Cristiano Ronaldo. It's nowhere near. As an international footballer, fucking quality. Club footballer. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. The other player I need to speak about, I need to get this over with now. Matt ain't here yet, so I'll kill him when he comes.
Hold on. I was going to say, Relax has just put in the comments, do I think Rodrygo is still better? I came out categorically.
Rodrygo stinks.
Me and Matt went back and forth, and I said Saka's a better right winger than Rodrygo.
Saka's the second best right winger in world football.
I think
I'm not going to class Mo Salah as a winger. I think he's an inside forward.
Well, for me, Salah's a right winger. Salah's still the best right winger.
I
think Elise's got to be in that conversation with Saka. I know Elise hasn't played in
Saka. Plays in the League League.
Elise,
I watched him in Europe. His pants.
Elise's special, bro.
Right. Bro. I don't think Rodrygo's that good. Every time I watch him, I don't know what he does. And again, everyone keeps telling me he's playing right wing instead of left wing. And so he can't control a ball no more.
No, but if Salah was playing left wing, Jay, he wouldn't be effective.
He'd still score goals.
He would, but not as effective as he is right wing.
Yeah, but he'd be more effective than what Rodrygo is.
I don't know, Jay.
No, I'm not having all this. I can't have people tell me they're shit because they change wings. I've seen Diaz cook on the right wing.
Rodrygo's not crap on the right wing. He's just not the level he would be if he was playing on the left wing.
I'm going to say it now. I don't think Rodrygo's better than Diaz. There you go. I've said it.
Yeah, I've got to disagree with that one.
Diaz gets Real Madrid back in the game yesterday, by the way.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, see?
No, I don't know if you want me to agree with you or not. And they're still hostages. Like,
No, I'm just saying. Like, I think Diaz gets. Look at
BC 17. So I said, I don't know. Do I need to say? What do I say in it? Like, what do I don't want to say the wrong thing and make you have to spend more money. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think Diaz balls out Real Madrid, man. Rodrygo's a ball again. People are not getting this right, yeah. Rodrygo is a good footballer, but he doesn't win you games of football, guys. This is what we got to stop doing. Yeah, he's good on the iron. He's a baller. He doesn't win you a game of football. He just doesn't. Luis Diaz would win you more games of football on his own than Rodrygo. I know people don't like to hear that, but it's probably true. Salah will win more games of football on his own than Vinny Jr. People don't want to hear that, but it's probably true. So it doesn't mean they're not good footballers. They're good footballers, yeah. But I'm on about people that win you games of football. Win you games of football. I think people just overrate so many players, man. I just think people overrate so many players. And people don't watch them either. Everyone going, oh, Rodrygo this, Rodrygo that. I guarantee you everyone watches as much Rodrygo as I do.
Is this not what people said about Salah and some other players at Liverpool after the 2 PSG games, though? And if that's the case, are we being unfair to Real Madrid to an extent?
No, I'm just going on what I've watched of Rodrygo.
No, I'm not saying.
I can't comment if he's been fantastic in the times I've not watched him. But every time I watch him, every time I literally watch him, I don't know what the hype's about. You know, I really don't. But there might be games that I don't watch that the people in the chat might watch, and he fucking balls out and he looks amazing. So that's fair enough. But I can only go on what I watch. Yeah, I can only go. If like I said, if Diaz is a headless chicken, what's Rodrygo then? Like, I'm being honest here. What does he do?
Aside, Jay, do you honestly think Diaz is better than Vinny Jr.?
I think Diaz is probably would win you more games of football on his own than Rodrygo would.
I don't.
I think Diaz almost gets Real Madrid back in the game yesterday. I think he does that. You know, when he gets the ball and just goes on that, does things on his own and things like that, and gets you back in games of football and all that. Yeah, I think he would.
I don't. Do you think he's better left winger? If I said to you right now, you could pick Rodrygo or Diaz for left wing, you'd go Diaz.
Right now, because I can only go on what I've seen. This is the clutch thing here. I don't watch a lot of Rodrygo. I can only go on what I've seen. And the last 4 games I've seen of Rodrygo, I've been like, and it's a small sample size. Again, people in the chat might watch Rodrygo every single day every single week, and that's fair enough. If you watch Rodrygo all the time and he balls out, that's cool. I'm saying I don't watch him enough. I don't watch him enough. But the games that I've seen him play, he don't excite me.
For me personally, I think Diaz is such a tough because there's 2 Diaz. There's the Diaz who's currently on form in his purple patch, who has to be the starting left winger, and then there's the Diaz who will go 20 games without scoring a goal, like, and all that nonsense. Like, there's no in between with Diaz. He's either great or he's bloody annoying to watch, and I think that's my frustration with Diaz. But I also have those frustrations with Gakpo. I think Gakpo's more of Gakpo is a purple patch player as well for me. He's just a better purple patch player.
Would you have that? Would you have that same frustration maybe with Rodrygo though if he's a Liverpool player?
Potentially, but I just think so. Here's the thing: Luis Diaz is very busy, but a lot of the time he does things that are frustrating because, like a couple of people have said, he does run around like a headless chicken sometimes.
Yeah, he does. He's not great. He's not.
Whereas
great.
Gakpo's the opposite. If Gakpo's not having a good game, Gakpo looks like he's like a ghost. He's just not around. He barely touches the ball.
Oh yeah.
He gets out muscled.
I've said Gakpo can go. Yeah, you know what I mean. I'll say Gakpo.
Whoa! Say that again.
I'm all right letting Cody Gakpo go.
Jay, bro, you know it's 11, bro. This is meant to be like one of these chilled. You call this show vibes, bro, not violence. We've got, bro. I'm barely sitting. You said you'd get rid of Gakpo.
Yeah, hang on. I'm just going to do this, yeah? I'm going on stats here.
I'm not Gakpo's biggest fan, right. That's caught me off guard.
Let me just go on this stat thing here with Rodrygo. So Rodrygo has played 170 games in La Liga, yeah? He's got 32 goals and 30 assists, yeah?
Yeah.
Luis Diaz has played 98 games in the Premier League and he's got 27 goals and 18 assists. What I'm trying to say is he might be... I want... Mate, look, the difference between me and you guys in the chat is that I want players that are going to win me games of football, more efficient up top. That's just me. Some players will think Rodrygo's a ball. Yeah, Rodrygo's a baller. He can hold the space and do his thing, and you know, go around people like they're not there, and then do like a 5-yard pass and run off it and stuff like that. And that's good to some other people. That's cool. But for me personally, maybe Cal, as he said, I like a bit more efficiency.
Yeah.
At the higher end of the pitch. Do you know what I mean? That's just me. So I just wanted to get that off my chest. Guys, we're allowed to disagree in the chat. There's nothing wrong with it. You know.
Sorry, Jay. I know you've probably got an agenda and anything. Can we play a little game for a sec? If I said to you right now, Salah stays.
Yeah.
And if it's up to you, you can do whatever you want with the rest of the attack. Who would you keep and who would you sell?
I'd keep Salah, Jota, Diaz.
You'd keep Jota?
Yeah.
That's thrown me, bro. Why would you keep Jota?
Because Jota's versatile, man.
What, in 2025, you reckon?
Yeah. I wouldn't play him as much either. He'd get, 15 games a season?
All right, so who... All right,
it wouldn't be a starter. It wouldn't be a starter. It'd be a 15-game a season player.
All right, so it'd be Salah, Diaz, and Jota, you said, yeah?
Yeah.
Who would you bring in? Do you know what? To hell with realism. Who would you bring in?
I'd bring Nico Williams in as my left winger. I know his stats don't look good at Atletico Bilbao, but I think at Liverpool he'd absolutely smash it. I really do. I think he'd absolutely smash it. You can tell the difference in Nico Williams when he starts to play with class players like with Spain than he does with Atletico Bilbao. So if you go with that vision, he would absolutely ball out in the Premier League for me. I think he'd suit the league as well. And then as a striker, I would go and get Isak, obviously. That would be my preferred front three. Salah on the right, Isak through the middle, and Nico Williams off the left. And then other three, and then I'd have Liam Delap, Jota, and Diaz was my backup.
All right, so for me personally, Nico Williams is the one player that I think is either going to work out brilliantly or be terrible as a signing. But if his release clause is 43 million and he's willing to take a pay cut in terms of salary, for me, it's a risk worth taking. That being said, I'd probably go for Barcola left wing if he's available. I know he's going to cost double the amount of.
Barcola's a player. Nico, I rate him highly.
I'd go Barcola because I think Barcola is more refined in front of goal already.
They're team players as well. I'm after team players as well.
Barcola would be my left winger. Obviously, Isak would be my centre forward.
Yeah.
If not Isak, Liam Delap.
Nico Williams ain't on the biggest wages that people think.
I thought he's on like 300k, no?
No, that's what he wants. He's never received it, I don't think.
All right, so I'll ask
Atletico Bilbao paid 300 grand a week.
Did you know what they might because he's just the rest of their
Can they afford it? Can they afford it?
Yeah, because I don't think the rest of their squad's going to be on higher salaries.
I don't know. I think they only get like £8 a week from Spain.
Here's the thing: I genuinely believe Barcola. I think I can see Barcola leaving PSG either in the summer or next summer, because you've got Dembele, Doué, Cavani, who can all play left wing. I don't even know if he's gonna, and I think his preferred position is the left wing. I don't think you get Doué out of PSG. I think he loves it there.
Yeah, he's a player,
But I think Barcola is achievable, but it'll cost a lot of money.
Okay, Nico Williams. Yeah, Nico Williams gets 200,000 euros a week, which would work out in pounds. It would work out. Let me have a look. In pound, it works out as £172,000 a week.
Here's the thing, though, and obviously Virgil and Salah, if I'm not mistaken, both on 400k now. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So does that mean we're going to push the boat out? Because if that's the case, would you give Nico Williams 200k a week?
Yeah, I
would, but I don't know if the club will.
I think we're going down that road now. Honestly,
if we are, then all for it.
I think, yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. But he's got a release clause of 49 million as well, which is nothing.
Yeah, run it up, man.
He's 22 years of age.
Do you think he's better than Barcola, though? Because I don't know for you.
I don't know if there's a lot in it.
I think Barcola's a way better finisher.
Yeah, I think club-wise, Barcola, yeah.
So Barcola is saying estimated on 105,000 a week, roughly.
Jesus.
So
yeah,
to be fair,
PSG are clever. They have brought these young players in and
brilliant.
They gave them monster contracts so they can build them for the years to come. And if
I don't think 100k for a 22-year-old who's a top winner.
Where did he come from? Where did Barcola come from?
Leon.
Yeah, so 200 grand for a winger from Leon is quite high in the French market, I would say.
No, 105 grand.
Oh, is he on 105 grand a week? Is that what he's on?
Yeah, 105.
Oh, right. Yeah, take him. He don't want to sign a new deal, does he?
But that's the problem, though. He's got like 3 years left on his deal, and he hasn't got a release clause. So,
right, yeah, monster money.
Nico might be 49. Barcoli, they could sit there and go, we want 80, 89 mil.
Yeah, and then you're looking at probably, yeah. Barcola.
I would spend that on Barcola, though.
I like Dewey. I rate that kid, man.
Oh, he's quality. Can I ask you a question again?
Why didn't we go for him in Rennes, man? It pisses me off.
What about you? Obviously, we all want a 10. You guys know who I want as a 10, right?
Yeah.
Would you go and try and get Kudus and play him as a 10?
Do you know with Kudus? I'm with you on Kudus. I like him, but he's so in and out a lot of the time when you watch him. But yeah, pause.
He's so versatile. He's so versatile, though, Jay. He can play left wing, right wing, 10. Call me crazy. I actually think he could do a job as a false 9.
He could, because he's big and strong as well.
Strong, holds the ball well, can drive, can play others in.
Yeah, I like him.
And Slot loves him.
Yeah, I rate Kudus. My only worry is that, and he likes Heitinger, don't he? Yeah. The only thing I worry about Kudus is that he might already be speaking to Saudi.
Yeah, if that's the case,
he's got to get away from Saudi. No one's going. It don't matter who you are coming in for him. He's got to go Saudi. But I hope he don't, because he's too young, and he's a good footballer, man. I think for West Ham, we haven't seen his true potential because my only thing is maybe his mentality. Is he giving enough for West Ham mentally, or is he checked out a little bit? And you have to worry about stuff like that sometimes.
Here's the thing, though, Jay. Once players go to Saudi, do you think it's impossible to get them back?
No, they go for 2 years and come home, won't they? Because you have to go for 2 years to get your money, don't you?
All right, hear me out. I'm going to run an agenda here.
That's why Hendo didn't get paid, man.
I'm going to run an agenda, bro.
Go for it.
Should we try Musa Diaby?
Oh, yeah, he's a good winger. Where does he play? Right wing, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, though, we need to start finding Salah's replacement now.
Yeah, we do. But
2 years is not 2 years of more Salah, and then you wait for him to retire to get his, or wait for him to go.
Unless
run it now for me.
The only thing, does Salah play right wing next season? That's the thing.
This is why I reckon Kudus might be the way forward, because Kudus can obviously play right wing, but because he can play in so many other positions and roles, do you say bring him in now, and then in 2 years' time, when Salah's potentially going to leave, then you go, yeah, Kudus, now the right wing spot's yours.
Yeah, I like Kudus.
Big up Luke Tanner in the chat as well.
Yeah, big up my man Luke. I've heard a lot of people saying play Salah in the 10, yeah. Play Salah in 10, play Salah in the 10.
No.
I don't think people realise he'd have to be so up and down in midfield to play in the 10.
Yeah.
Because if you tell him to just hold that zone 12 or what fucking ever it is they call it now, higher up the pitch as a 10, you know what I mean? As a number 10, then you're losing a midfielder in your midfield and you go lose battles, ain't you? So I don't know about you, Matt. You keep Salah at right wing, don't you?
Yeah, I think he says at right wing. Here's the thing. I do think Salah has the ability to play the 10, but I feel like you have to rejig the team too much. And as great as Salah is, we're not talking about 29, 28-year-old Salah. We're talking about 32-year-old Salah. You'd have to change too much. You don't want to do that to Liverpool.
Disagree. I'll let you land, but I disagree, and I'll explain when you finish.
All right. The reason I say that is this. If you put Salah in the 10 and say you get like an explosive winger, we know Salah ain't going to do the tracking back. He ain't done it for a while. Excuse me. You'd have to, in the DM spots, you'd have to get more athleticism in there. and I'm talking a lot. Salah's not really a tackler like that. Yes, he will track back to a degree, but then you're asking for two really defensive-minded DMs to cover the space that Salah will leave. Is Salah really going to start a press? Not really. He never really did. Even when he was in his heyday, it was Firmino that would trigger it, then Mane, then Salah. You'd have to change too much. And as great as Salah is, we don't want to be doing that right now. Play him in the right wing. He's still got a bit of pace. Obviously, still not the same player, but we can cope better. Now you got Conor Bradley because Trent's gone, it seems, right? Conor Bradley, pacey, overlap. You don't think he's got? All right.
No, I think he's fine. I think he's fine.
All right, hear this though. I said
we're going to talk about that in a minute, though.
We'll talk about that in a minute because But I'm just saying, just for argument's sake, we've got a pacey right winger, whether it's Frimpong, whether it's Conor Bradley, whatever. That overlap allows Salah to drift inside. Remember, Salah wants to play centrally. He wants to be closest to goal as possible. But I do think putting him in a 10 hampers the team. And I don't think we need to do that right now. We really don't. That's my opinion on it.
So I hear everything you're saying. But you see how Odegaard plays, even though Odegaard plays as a 10 or used to play as a 10, a lot of the time he'll drift over to that right-hand side and pick up those pockets of space over there.
Yeah.
I think Salah could replicate that. And again, I hear what you're saying about him or his lack of pressing from a central area. But I don't think that'd be an issue because effectively we always kind of leave two up top and Salah's always one of the two that's up top. Instead of him being on the right, he'd be central. So him and the striker, for example, would be the two left up top. You'd buy a right winger who would get back and do the defending as the left winger does at the moment. So I don't actually think we'd lose anything as such. I think it'd probably make us a bit more compact as well because Bradley and Robinson won't be left isolated as much, especially Bradley. Like he wouldn't be isolated as much, which for me would have a knock-on effect. That means Ibu wouldn't have to potentially do as much defending either. So I actually think Salah in the 10 could work, but I still want to stay right wing.
Or all right, false 9.
The reason why I'm going to kind of counter that is this. Let's do player for player swap. Szoboszlai is not the 10. You lose that athleticism. You bring Salah in there, and you're going to bring in, I guess, the right winger who is, again, more athletic. I know Salah will...
Let's say Kudus.
Yeah, let's say Kudus. So when we defend, we'll defend in a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-4.
Or 4-1-1.
Yeah, 4-1-1.
Any variation, yeah.
We have to remember Salah's now a year older. Even though I understand we can kind of compensate, it's still about him. He doesn't really want to defend at his age right now. He wants to stay high as pitch as possible. So whoever that player is that we're bringing in, you're going to ask them to do more work, something that we don't really want to do. Because sometimes there's that overburden on the player because the other player who's so great don't really want to defend, you're overcompensating. So let's just say, for example, we get Kudus. Kudus can track back, but Kudus don't want to be doing all that dog work. That's not what he's brought in for. He wants to be flying high, central spaces, out on the right-hand side. Do you get what I'm saying? So even though Salah's
because of how we dominate games, do you think the wingers would be defending that much though? There may be periods in the game, but maybe I don't think they'd be defending that often.
Here's what's so crazy, Carl. If you said to me beginning of the season, are we going to dominate games? I would say, yeah, probably. And we kind of were up until November, December. Then there was this like
January.
Yeah, January.
Will dominate.
Yeah. But then there was this change. I don't know whether it's fatigue or what, but our style changed. Like I don't know whether teams kind of caught on to how we play. They're now saying to Gravenberch, we're not going to press you. You're just going to do your little half turn and you're gone. We're going to sit off you. We're going to see if you can pass between the lines.
Yeah.
We know McAllister can do that, but can you do that?
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like,
I suppose like place.
Yeah, no, agreed. But here's another thing.
I think it's I think we're going to see a lot of players who have been brilliant in the starting 11 not potentially be starters next season.
I think it's going to be with that. I think Szoboszlai. I don't think Salah gets rotated at all next season. I don't think Virgil van Dijk gets rotated at all next season.
I think one of Mac or Grav gets rotated heavily next season.
I think one of them two will, yeah.
But that's
maybe
all right.
both.
But are you basing it off if we get a midfielder or just tactical?
I think Stefan's going to be Grav's replacement next season as his rotational midfielder.
Generation.
I think Liverpool going to sell Tyler Morton because it'd be 100% profit.
I big up Tyler.
It'd be 100% profit, so it makes sense. I also think Harvey Elliott's going to leave the football club as well.
You think Harvey's gone?
Slot said it himself. The reason Harvey hasn't played is because Salah plays right wing all the time. So
the same line
he only sees Harvey as a right winger, man.
Bro,
no, I agree with that though.
Yeah, it's where he's best. It actually, when you watch Harvey play, even when he plays centrally, he goes into that right wing area anyway. Naturally.
He does.
Naturally. So, I think he naturally probably is a right winger, a techie right winger. Yeah, I think Harvey could go. I honestly do.
I'm going to be real. I think it actually makes sense having Harvey Elliott as Salah's backup right winger.
Unless he stays for that. And the thing is, though, Harvey will stay for that.
He's a different profile of player. I agree with you.
Yeah, he said it in an interview, guys, after a game or something. He mentioned something about why does Harvey not get many minutes? And he just mentioned because unfortunately we've got most salary plays every week. So I don't know if it's because he sees him as a right winger, but that's what he answered.
He said that about Chiesa. And what's so mad is the other day he took off Salah. Who did he bring on again?
Harvey, isn't it?
Yeah, he didn't even bring on Chiesa.
Harvey went right wing and Salah went central.
He goes, Chiesa's a good player, but the reason I don't play him is because he's fighting for a place with Mo Salah and everyone knows how. Basically, I'm just kind of thinking it, but like,
is that why he don't play Endo as well? He's fighting with don't fight with a place with Salah.
This is Slot. You might know what Slot said in it. Like,
I understand because let's be real, guys. Like, as much as I've said, I want to Lee say, Jay, you said you've wanted a right winger. Matt, you said you wanted Kudus at one stage.
Yeah.
Getting those players to come knowing that Salah's there is very difficult.
What? Right, here's the one. Yeah. What if you're looking for a versatile player that can play right wing, but it's not his natural position? He plays for Lyon. He's got a release clause of 25 million euros.
All right. Funny you mention him. So, big up Drift. He's in the Man United watch along. Yeah, I joined like in extra time in it. Shirky scored a goal today. I didn't see his whole performance, so I couldn't tell you what he done. I just saw the goal.
Some of his stuff today looked techie. Like
he scored today. When they just, bro, it was so composed.
It was clean.
And they were crap when he went off as well.
Let me ask you like this though, and this is all jokes aside. As great as Ryan Shirky is,
get ready to cut his mic, Jay.
Do you think he's better suited in the 10? And not only that, I worry, and I say worry, that Arne Slot doesn't use him properly. So like he'll treat him like another Harvey Elliott. So he'll see him as a winger that can play 10 and not really utilizing him in the 10. Because I think, do you agree? No, that's not me saying a bad thing.
What I think he would, Matt, because if you look at the stature of him, he's got a very similar stature to Dominic Szoboszlai. Yeah, like with the height and strength of him, yeah, and the way he can hold
Shirky's quite short, bro.
No, he's quite stocky low. He's stocky low.
No, but he's stocky, but yeah, but he doesn't.
He's like 5'10", ain't he? He's like 5'10", I think.
I thought Shirky's about 5'9" or something. I could be so wrong.
But I think he would play him because his ability to hold up the ball. And we don't need every player to press. And Slot's team doesn't actually rely on everyone pressing.
But I would argue that he would, I'm not saying you're right, Jay. Not everyone has to be a madman at pressing. But I do think, though, whether you're playing right wing or 10, and I think here's the killer. You see Szoboszlai, for all the criticism that he gets, he set the standards of what Slot wants for that number 10 from a defensive point of view. So whoever steps into that number 10 position, Slot is looking at Szoboszlai saying, that's the guy that does this. I need your best to try and replicate that.
No, poor cow, man. Poor cow. No, I hear you. There is, so I don't know if you guys have seen today, but Liverpool have been linked with Rodgers from Villa.
Good player.
In fact, I think the report even said we were talking to him. So now he plays 10 and right wing. He's also very quick. And what is the one thing Slot has been banging on about that he wants? Pace, pace as well. He wants a lot of pace up top. Rodgers can play 10 and right wing, can't he? Would he be perfect for that position? Because I think he would do everything quite similar to Szoboszlai, but you probably get a little bit more end product out of him for a whole season.
Dribbling than Szoboszlai. The thing is, I'll be real with you, Roger.
Yeah,
he can be very frustrating though, because there are games where he makes a lot of bad decisions. But on his day, he's unplayable.
What if I told you you could get a Rodgers or a 10 that can play left or right?
You guys say Xavi Simons, don't you?
Yeah, bro.
And do you know what?
Bro,
you know what Xavi Simons? I think Slot would love Xavi Simons.
This is remember what I'm going to say. I think Xavi Simons is just good. Guys, I don't think he's exceptional. I just think he's good. I think he can play in the Prem. But my worry, not even worry, but I think FSG look at Xavi Simons and think we can get him for cheaper. Remember what Villa were probably... I know Villa normally have PSR issues and they probably... I think, remember that they got...
That's why we're linked, I think. That's why we're linked.
Yeah. I just think they're going to look at Xavi Simons and think, well, wait a minute, that's Jurgen Klopp's director. Discount. We'll get... Like, you can kind of...
Not for long.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No, if rumors are to be true, but let's be real. Rumour got knocked out. All of a sudden, they...
if he does leave, he's dead to me. That's all I'm saying.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to do a devil's advocate. Imagine if Klopp told Trent.
If Klopp joins Real Madrid and makes Trent go with him, he ain't going to lose. He ain't going to win a lot of fans.
I'm not being funny. This is why I say, like, keep the powder dry, because I want to see if, God forbid, Klopp goes there. I want to see what the fan base say about Jurgen Klopp.
They'll lose their minds. I'll tell you why.
I think Trent will still get worse than Klopp. How about
I think people believe that he would never work again.
I'll tell you what it is with
Real Madrid are a massive, like, they want... Real Madrid want Klopp. Let's not get it wrong here.
Yeah, no, 100% they do. But let me just say this, though. You see Jurgen Klopp from when he first walked into Liverpool. He gave us the story. He's the underdog. He doesn't want to spend big on transfers. He believes in training our transfer. All them things there, yeah? Could you imagine if Jurgen Klopp does the ultimate villain move and was just like, forget being the underdog. I'm not a favourite. We'll pay whatever to get transfers. I just took Trent from Liverpool. I'll be so real. Everyone would lose their mind.
Firstly, if he goes to Madrid, Vinny Jr. is not gegenpressing. I can tell you that right now. He's not working backwards. You think Mbappe's going to pick up the ball on the edge of his own box? You know, also, if Klopp goes to Madrid, he gets the players he wanted. Jude Bellingham, Tchouaméni, Mbappe, and Trent at right back.
Imagine that's the master plan all along.
Can you imagine if he's cooking behind the scenes? That's why Pep Linders was running things, because Klopp was really running Real Madrid.
I don't think that would be the case. I actually joke.
It can't be. Now, in all jokes aside, I cannot see a world where Klopp manages. I just can't. I can't.
What? To be fair, Don. To be fair, he did name him. I named Shirky. Cal hasn't named any player yet.
Big Hassan, you know.
No,
I don't know who's
someone told me. That's what gets someone.
I love Hassan, you know. That's my brother. It's the way someone. It's the way someone went and told Hassan straight away. Big Hassan. Like, Sam, you got to hear this from.
You know, it is. Every Liverpool content creator has got someone on speed.
He's aware of it. He's aware of
it. Ends man was messaging me about this, bro. Like, what are we doing here? Like, do you lot just snitch on me? Do you literally?
No, don't do that. No, Ends, that's my guy. Ends is my guy.
Ends wasn't snitched on me. Someone snitched to Ends.
And
Ends reached out to me and was like, "Cal, bro, like, we can't really have you speaking about transfer."
Someone snitched to me, and I had to call Cal live.
Yeah.
No, Snitched to
Bro,
a
it's
fan.
11:54 at night and people are snitching at this time. That's crazy.
That's wild.
I'll be real. I thought snitching had a curfew. I'll be so real.
That's wild.
Clearly
There's
not, though.
There's a lot of people in there that are holding inside out pockets, if you know what I mean.
Can I say something?
Matt
It's going to
knows.
come across very controversial.
What
I don't mean
teabag?
it.
Prison break.
Hello, pretty. Hello, pretty.
That's crazy.
You know what?
Oh,
Shall I be honest with you? I'll be upset seeing Klopp at Real Madrid. You know, I actually wouldn't be upset with him though.
Would you not?
I wouldn't care, to be fair. I wouldn't care.
Hear me
But I
out.
think people would.
Yeah,
I
go
think
on.
people
I want to hear your reasoning because I kind of get it because it's kind of.
I think Klopp left Liverpool at the right time. I think if Klopp stayed one more season, I think he would have become the villain.
He looked fucked as well, to be fair.
In the same way
How?
Ancelotti's become the villain at Real Madrid.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
know
They
some?
want
All right,
wrong.
big up the people that were with me on my big up show today. Yeah, do you know people are starting to wonder? And again, it's just conspiracies.
Was
You
he
know, some
holding-
people think Klopp kind of got fired in a sense of
He got paid
Right,
off.
let me say this. Not that he got fired, but like he kind of caught wind that he was going to get fired and decided to leave before it actually happened. Do you agree with that, or do you think that's just nonsense? In your
No, I think we actually did Klopp a service and gave him money that, you know, you don't usually get money when you resign out of your contract. I think I actually big up the club FSG here.
I
They
still
went,
don't
"You
know
what?
what happened, Jay. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
lie.
yeah, he did get a payout. He definitely did get a payout.
because he got a massive payout, and not only that,
It's in our book.
again, I don't think it's true. But what baffles me is Klopp left Liverpool saying he's tired, and then moves into like a director of football kind of role. Like I thought Klopp was taking a year out, just genuinely from football in general. I just thought, you know what? I know he's going to be back. I know Klopp's going to be back.
No, true.
But brother, my man took 2 months off and said, "I'm ready to go again."
It does look like it, and he wants.
Yeah, sorry, Jay.
It's got. I'm not going to sit it. Like, I love Jurgen. Obviously,
Yeah,
I was
Jurgen's
one.
the
I was
godfather,
one of the. I was one of the Liverpool content creators who was brave enough to call him out on live, and then you know that got me in a lot of trouble with a lot of people. But like, if he goes to Madrid after a year after leaving Liverpool, I'm not. What can I say? Because he left Dortmund a year and came to Liverpool. So
he left us healthy as well, man. He left us.
he left stuff in a
He
good
did,
space.
but what would baffle
let him do
me?
stuff. But if Trent goes because Klopp's there, then
Not anger me, baffle me. Klopp's persona is about being the underdog. Mainz, Dortmund, and even Liverpool, even though we didn't like it, yeah. Going to Real Madrid, it's like the other end of the spectrum, so to speak, isn't it? It's complete different character change. It will go from being, I'm trying to think, like a side quest to a main quest. Like you're the guy. Not only that, you're not doing the whole we're underdogs. You're saying we're going to win things. I would find it really weird that Jurgen Klopp would be the manager. That's just me, though, personally. I'll find it baffling.
I mean, yeah, I hear you. I hear. Right, let me do these supers. I'm going to talk about Virgil. Big up Vida. He says we need a proper destroyer in the 6 and a proper creative in the 10. So also will be at the bench next season, number 10, like Coutinho would play in a combined with forwards. I hear you. Look,
sorry, Jay, cut you, Jay. Like, I know Hassam and everyone's gonna call me out on this because I'm speaking about him. You remember just before Coutinho, like you remember when we had Coutinho and he was hit and miss, and then you could just see he was becoming that player who's just gonna be like a dominant force.
Yeah,
I think that's Shirky right now, and I think the next club that gets him, if they've got the right personnel and the right manager, I think he explodes and just goes crazy. And I need that to be us. I need that to be us.
I hear you. And the proper 6, you know, destroyer 6. There ain't a lot of destroyers in the game at the moment, you know. They're more
not of high quality.
They're more Camavinga. They're more creative 6s, ain't there? There ain't a lot of
get
them.
me sad in this Camavinga hype.
Yeah, I'm not big on
Camavinga hype.
I'm not big on Camavinga. Jay the Activist. Sorry, Cal.
Look at us getting bougie as Liverpool fans. Oh, not keen on Camavinga. Camavinga hype. Look how bougie we've become overnight.
I'm just saying, man.
You two are
Come
turning up your nose in Camavinga.
Camavinga.
All right, I'd have a Ugarte over Camavinga.
Oh, okay, that was a low.
I'm joking. Where everyone comes at me. Jesus,
saying,
joking.
He scored a goal tonight, though. I'm just saying.
He did. No, I love Camavinga, man.
How is back? Camavinga going back?
Camavinga.
I love Camavinga. I think he's a baller, man. Honestly, I'll tell you shit.
You think he's better than Grab?
I'll tell you, I'm glad we didn't get an extra many. I'm just saying that right now. Big up Jay. He says, I'm mourning to Xavi. Shirky was dying low.
They were down to 10 men, though, to be fair.
They were, yeah.
No, he went off. They were 2-0 up with 10 men, by the way. Like, goals-wise, they got 2 goals before United scored again.
Yeah.
And then he went off, and then Leon lost. So Madrid lose, and all of a sudden Klopp is talking.
This is what they
bro.
To
be fair, the article came out before the game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Klopp going around Madrid is like big up Zone 14 says Klopp going around Madrid is like the girl that leaves you because she's not ready for a relationship, and 6 months later she's engaged. Yeah. Or that woman, or when you're on that, date and something's happening. There's a spark there. You go back to your motel room. You got one next door. She's there. You're leaning for a kiss. She's like, "Nah, not tonight." Goes in her room. You wake her up with breakfast, and some other geezer comes out the door. Do you know what I mean? That's what it's like. It's never happened to me, but that's what it's like.
Brother just chiseled in it, Jay. The brother just chiseled. No top on.
Couldn't even argue.
Flip-flops. No top.
There's me slapping my gut.
If Klopp goes to Real Madrid, I won't trust anything in life anymore. I'm being so real. I'm about to trust anything.
Jay says I can say the same for Simmons, Cal. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tom was in the chat and he's not approving me either. But
where's Tom? I was fine. We're not meant to be. Big up my man Tom in the chat as well.
Big up Tom, man. Come on, man.
If I get one transfer through the door this summer, no one's gonna live it down. No one's gonna live it down.
But do you know how crazy though it sounds, Cal, when you say one?
But
it should be many.
By the way, I've got
if I just get one, I'm going crazy.
I've got a stand-up booked, but I'm not going to tell people because I want to do it without anyone watching. That I know. That might actually be shit. So I'm trying it out.
Fair play.
I'm trying it out.
I want to see this.
So in that comparison, this is literally my life right now. Pick up Jay, man. Jay. Pick up Tom. Stop asking Callum about transfer questions.
You're so mad. You can tell how Sam's angry because he's writing caps.
All stops and caps, man. All caps word as well. All stops and caps, man. Don's pissed. Right, let's talk about something we can talk about because it's all done now. Virgil van Dijk's new contract, guys. 2-year deal. 400k a week, man. What we're thinking, Cal? So Salah signed, Virgil signed. Club actually doing the right thing for once. Got him all done.
I never doubted my owners in this regime, bro. Coming to sign up with Salah, bro. Like it's what we do, isn't it? Like,
it's what we do.
It's what we do, bro. So like, why would you let the best right winger, the best centre back in the world leave? Of course, that was never going to happen, brother. Richard Hughes brought in Slot, signed up these contracts now. Edwards doing what Edwards does. FSG doubling salaries without bonuses.
Chat. Boo this man. Boo. Do you know why?
Hang on. Matt ain't seen it yet. Hang on.
No, John Henry, great businessman, John. Thank you very much. Great businessman.
I'll tell you why.
Running a country behind the scenes as well.
Look, I disagree so much. Look, my green screen decided to freeze. Look, I'm gone all funny. Look.
Yeah. Don't
know why. Me and Cal agreed. I think it was around, I want to say November, I think it was. Back in November, me and
Or
Carl
did I just
said
say that to
all
reverse the curse?
You know, let me get rid of my green screen because I've had enough.
Did I just say all those things to reverse the curse? Maybe.
I'm gonna get rid of my green screen. Hold on, I'm fully frozen. Here we go. Am I back? I'm back.
Yeah. Did I say
Cal.
those things to reverse the curse, Matt?
Cal. I think it was November. Well, I said November. I said that they're not staying. I said none of them are signing. Cal, come on, you agreed with me. None of them are saying. Or was it
Bro.
AI, Cal?
I'm just saying. What's my nickname?
He reversed it, man. He reversed it.
TRC.
We got to get. What do you know? What we got to do in the summer, Matt? We got to find Bruce Grobbelaar so they can have a meeting. You know, maybe Bruce can just go around your garden and
me would have a fight, bro.
maybe Bruce could just go around your garden and piss in all the corners.
Nah, do you know what? I'll say this,
Matt. You're right. I didn't think the club would get it done.
Neither did I, bro. I really didn't. Yeah, I didn't think they would sign. I didn't think the club. And what surprises me even more so is that it does seem like Salah's got a little bit of a pay increase. You see, it reports
it's 400 flat now.
Yeah, 400, and the same thing with Virgil, 400 as well.
Well, apparently with Virgil, it's 350 flat with 50 grand bonuses. Takes him to 400 grand. So before that, he was on 200 grand flat, 220 grand flat, and then the rest was bonuses up to 400.
Yeah.
The bonuses are what kill us as a club. So
well,
get rid of the bonuses.
I've heard different, Jay. I've actually heard different. I've heard they are both on 400 flat. Then you still get the bonuses. Yeah.
Wow.
Virgil van Dijk is reportedly the highest paid defender in Europe. And do you want to know something?
And so he should be.
Yeah, it's about damn time, bro. We've underpaid our players for so long, bro.
So so we got hang on. So from a club that didn't really pay wages, we have in the top 5 wages in the Premier League, we got 2 players now.
Yeah.
Can I say something again?
Watch our wages be cheaper next year than they were.
Wages, yeah. You said it.
How much was Klopp on at Liverpool?
He was on 15 million a year.
I'm gonna say this. A week? I reckon there was some back pay. I don't even know. You know what the thing is? With FSG, I can't trust what they give to the press. I'm being so real when I say this, by the way. I reckon Klopp was definitely who was the highest paid player in the Prem last year? Was it still Pep?
What manager?
Yeah, manager.
Yeah, it's Pep. It's always Pep.
I'm gonna say Klopp might have been on so close to Pep, but they'll make it seem like
Klopp was on 15 million a year. I think. Do you know what? Klopp was on 15 million a year. I think the same as Arteta.
Yeah. So people are saying 290 a week.
Yeah,
that's what Klopp
was the high. Klopp was getting more than everybody but Salah. This is what I'm talking about.
To be fair,
there's probably bonuses as well in there. The bonuses.
Yeah. That's my point. Could it have been a thing where we as a club were like, Klopp is the main figure at this club, so no one should really get more than Klopp then?
And now we changed it.
It kind of broke that for Salah, but for everyone else who's like, no one else getting it.
Slot's on 9 million a year.
I thought he was on like 6. I didn't think he was on 9.
I think it's on 9 million a year, yeah, or 8 million.
I thought it was something about 6 as well. 6, 7.
He's got to get a massive pay rise next season.
He needs to. No, if you're Arnie Slot, one.
He's Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards' his guy. They go give him.
Yeah, he has to get a pay increase.
But Virgil staying, I just think it's great news. Obviously, Virgil's video that he did, I thought was excellent. I actually thought it was better than Mo Salah's video that they did. The club did.
It was
when they did the whole picture thing and all that, and the silhouette of Virgil and all that. I thought it was really cool. And then Virgil's interview, man, just this guy didn't want to go anywhere else, like nowhere. He just wanted to stay at Liverpool. He wants to win the Premier League. No Dutch captains ever won the Premier League. He wants
to change it. It's about to change in a few weeks.
Bro. First ever Dutch captain to win the Premier League, bro.
The man wants it, man. I don't care what you give him.
Ask a really uncomfortable question.
Go on.
You can.
Does Salah and Virgil getting these massive pay increases, does that mean summer might not be what we want it to be?
What, the summer?
I've already said this.
No, I think the summer will be fine. Here's where I'm going with the summer. I think with Slot, Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, this is their first real summer together. Last summer they all arrived at the same time. They had no homework done of what each other likes and how to go work together. So I think we understood why we didn't do much business. Now they've signed their two best players up. I think they've already done their work. I wouldn't be surprised if we do at least 2 players quite quickly in the summer when the window opens, signed up. Because I think, didn't Slot come out and say a month or so ago that him and Richard had been talking and they already know what positions they're going for?
He did say something along those lines, yeah.
And then he's the only manager I've heard. I didn't even hear Klopp say we're going to have a heck of a summer.
But do you know what else he said? He goes, we're going to have a very, very strong squad for next season. Then you've also had Virgil say stuff like, over the next 2 years.
See, when Virgil spoke, he was happy.
Yeah, he said something along the lines of, paraphrasing, he said something along the lines of, you have to trust in the club, but the next 2 years, basically, like, you should be excited for. I reckon, this is just me, I reckon when the 2 players were talking about their contracts, there had to kind of be insurances that Liverpool were going to be very, very competitive. Because I'll be so real, Virgil could probably take more money in Saudi and just go off into the sunset. But he's thinking, all right, cool, I'm still going to get paid handsomely. But what it is, though, I want to be in a position where I can win big trophies. So I'm going to say this. We hardly ever spend as a club. Like we are that kid, and this is the right way to do it, by the way, chat. Especially when you're younger. You save up your pocket money for how many weeks, and then you go and spend. We have saved up a lot of money. We've never been big spenders. We've only done it a few times. 18, 19, I think it was. Fabinho, Naby Keita, Alisson, and Shaqiri. Yeah? Cool. The next kind of, I wouldn't even say big, it was like Thiago, Jota, and Tsimikas. Weren't really big, but you get the premise. And then the one after that was the 4 midfielders. We are due that big summer where we kept on saying, well, where's all the earnings gone from winning this trophy, doing well in this trophy? Like where is it? All these new commercial deals. I don't want to get too gassed, and I don't want to get caught into the hype. Because it's very easily things can change with Liverpool where they say things like what Cal said. Liverpool have just realized that spending all that money in contract renewals means that their summer budget's been hit. What I am expecting is this. If you've gone and told those 2 players that you want to be competitive, you can't not spend money. You can't do a Chiesa Mamardashvili again. They won't accept that as players and they will kick off. And they're older now. So it's almost like they have that thing of, I don't really care. I'm just going to say it how it is. Virgil's putting pressure.
That's facts.
I reckon they got it in their contract as well.
I didn't think of that. Yeah,
they don't care no more.
I reckon they got, because Salah and Virgil don't stop talking. They'll go, look.
I didn't think of that.
Let me tell you something. Salah took his shoes off. He was in his Adidas flip-flops at Old Trafford talking about, I don't know if this is my last season. I don't know what's going on with it. Like, they just say it frankly. They don't care. They're not young bucks where they have to worry about the press officer. You know when the press officer's there, Salah and Virgil just like, no, I've got that. I don't care what you lot say. They will say what they have to say. They've been told by the hierarchy, this is what we're going to do. So now they're putting pressure on Liverpool, even in their renewals. Let me say something that's different. Virgil openly says, I'm signed for the next 2 years. It's very rare a Liverpool player ever says how long his contract is. Normally, it's a case of the press will get the information. It filters down to us as fans. From when the players are openly saying, yeah, next 2 years, man, let's see what we're going to do. They're putting pressure on the club, Jay.
Let's put it this way, like, right? So Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards were officially employed on the 1st of June. And so was Arnold Slot, I believe, yeah? So they didn't really have a summer to get all their, eggs in order and go and do what they wanted to do position-wise. Slot ain't really seen his team yet. It takes a long time to work out your team. I know a lot of people say, I must have seen enough in pre-season. Remember, some of the players didn't even play pre-season because they were playing Euros and Coppers. They came back late. It does take a while for you to know what you actually need. Also, it takes Slot a while to get used to the Premier League because it's a more aggressive league than what he's used to. But in that summer, when we didn't have no targets or anything, we got new people doing the jobs behind the scenes and a brand new manager. We almost bought Zubamendi, Chiesa, and Marmadashvili in one summer without no planning. Now, if all three of them came in without planning, what are they going to do this summer with planning? So that, like, Marmadashvili, I think is going to be a great bit of business. I really do in the years to come. I think it's going to be a great bit of business. They've just signed Jaros. Jaros is
worry about this summer though.
Jaros has just signed a new contract, so he's staying.
I've heard about that as well. So
Kelleher's going to go.
Didn't they say he's going to go out on loan, though, Jaros?
Yeah, because Marmadashvili is going to be. I got this feeling that Allison and Marmadashvili are going to rotate a lot next season.
Oh, that's perfect.
I've got this feeling he's going to rotate the goalkeepers next season.
I don't know. He's a confident.
Allison has never played a season when he's not injured.
So true. You always pick up some type of injury in it.
And look, for me, I know a lot of people say the Forest keeper's the keeper of the year, right? I know Allison's only played half the season, but he's still better than everyone else. I don't care what everyone says. He's still better than everyone else. I think that might be the case, and that's why they signed Jaros back up. But look, we're going to sell a few players. I don't think we're going to have this massive sell thing, though, like a lot of people think. I don't think we're going to sell 15, 20 players. I think we might only sell 7 players. Cal, what did I say to you months ago?
Yeah, you
said they will always sell 7 and buy 7 in the summer.
So when you say 7, Jay, are you talking about 7 like... Because I think we can effectively probably sell about 15 when you look at players like Doak and Ramsey. Are you saying 7 of the main team you're talking about?
7 are just the squad and kids.
Okay, because I think players like Doak.
I think Doak would go. Tyler Morton would go.
I reckon around 15 players will be sold in the summer.
Darwin Núñez will go. If a bid comes in for Luis Diaz, he will go.
Yeah, I think a big bid. If he goes with Diaz, he'll go.
I think Joe Gomez will go. I think what I'm hearing is that Slot prefers Kwanzaa over Gomez. So I think
I
Gomez
would agree with you. I think Gomez stays only because I don't know if anyone takes a punt on him with the injuries.
Well, he's back in training now, isn't he? So,
I think if someone puts a bid in for a big bid for Kwanzaa, he goes. Personally,
I don't. You know.
No, I think Slot likes Kwanzaa. I think he sees.
Call me crazy. Do you know what I can see happening? Let's say that we were guaranteed to get Huijsen and Bournemouth want Kwanzaa. I see Kwanzaa going Bournemouth.
Maybe it's going to be
if we get Huijsen and we give them Kwanzaa as part of the deal. That's great business.
No, of course it's great business.
And then you've got 3 top draw centre backs.
Yeah.
Because I do think Liverpool really like him. Apparently, it's between Liverpool and Chelsea now. I don't think Chelsea will be able to offer him the wages. I was talking to some Chelsea fans. They're thinking they can't offer the wages like they have been. So
he'd be a guaranteed start for them, though. That is the one thing.
He would be a guaranteed starter, but look at when are Chelsea ever going to get good? It's a gamble going there.
The thing is, Huijsen's recently spoke about Liverpool and what it takes. He was like, they're a massive club. What you need to play for Liverpool is you need to be like amazing. And he said about the pressure. And I think he thrives on that. Chelsea have their own projects and we have ours. We're just in a way better position than Chelsea because one, we're about to win the league. And secondly, you look at the players that he'll be playing with, he'll be thinking, I can learn from Virgil. Virgil's the sign. And that's where Virgil's signing really does help the football club. Because if you bring in a Huijsen, he can learn from him. And Huijsen might be thinking, well, they've got Ibu. But we don't know what's going on with Ibu either. So do you know what's so crazy? Huijsen could go to Liverpool, in his mind think, I need to work to play alongside Virgil. But for all we know, Konate might even get sold. And even if he doesn't get sold, the best part of it is that Virgil stays, you're learning from Virgil, and obviously when Virgil's like 35, 36, he won't be first team. Huijsen will move to that position whether Konate stays or not. So in my opinion, it's like Liverpool, I don't think your pitch to Huijsen can be wrong. You just got to let him know that he will be integral. Whether it's next season, season after, he will be integral. Virgil's only signed for 2 years, not a 4-year deal. And we don't know what's going on with Ibu. So you got to make that count, man. Trust me.
I'm with Scraps here. I think there is a world where he can displace Konate. I'm with him. I'm with him. Because he ain't going to displace Virgil, is he?
Look at man! You know Matt's angry when he looks at his glass while he's drinking at the same
time. By the way, if you're buying a very good player, don't you want that to be the case though?
The thing is,
don't you want that to
there
be
ain't
the
no
case?
answers in that glass, bro.
The thing is, though, if he's as good as we think, he is, don't you want that to be the case though?
All right, so here's my.
Then you got more quality, ain't you, in that position?
100%. Here's my thing with Hysson, yeah. He's 20 years old and he's already better than Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa's 22. He's 22 years of age.
One of the better centre backs in the league.
One of the better centre backs in the league already, and he's just turned 20. Do I think he's better than Ibu? No, I don't. Because you got to remember,
not at the moment. Not at the moment.
No. But his potential is so high that if you sign a Hysson, whether he becomes the partner to Ibu or not doesn't make a difference, because he either partners Ibu long term or he improves Ibu, having that competition. Because I'll be so real, if I'm Ibu, I'm looking at Kwanzaa thinking, as great as Kwanzaa is, I know I'm the first choice. He knows that. And when Ibu has stinkers, we all kind of say to ourselves, we know Ibu's starting the next game. And Ibu can have a stinker. Since his injury, I'll be the first to admit, he hasn't been the same Ibu. That's not the same Ibu that started the season, who was on fire, by the way. So, like, pause, I'm going to say a big pause, iron sharp as iron, big pause, because it does. The better players improve the players that are trying to get to where the other player is. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That's why you need to bring in a Hysson.
And like Jaden says here, you wouldn't have rushed Konate back if you had Hysson at the club.
This is what I'm saying. You don't need to do that.
He rushed him back because he's got like Kwanzaa. So,
Jay, I've never seen a player after a game go on his Instagram and show the world, I'm still trying to get over my knee. And he's doing all these fitness things for his knee. And I'm thinking, brother's not even ready to be back, really. But he's putting his body on the line. It's a bit mad still. I can't lie.
I'm with you. I think we signed one centre back this summer, and I think we signed one next summer.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Same. I think potentially what we're going to do is buy a centre back, a left back, and a striker. They're going to be the first three players we buy.
Do you both definitely think it's Kirkes? You don't think there's a world or a Hatto?
There could be.
You can hear that, yeah. You can hear that.
Yeah.
Bro, what was that?
That's a Fox.
Oh, Fox.
But I thought it was War of the Worlds. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, Fox is in my gut, but I don't know if they see my.
Do you know, Cal was lit his guard. Cal was lit his guard with Blue Chew.
Yeah, and it literally feels like everywhere. They come to my garden just to get busy.
They just come busy, man.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm putting. What could I put to deter them?
A shotgun.
that would help.
Sprayed pepper.
That would definitely help. Bro, I can't stand foxes, Like, when I say
the other night, they were like, I can't show you guys, but like, so I've got my conservatory, which is slightly raised, and then the rest of the garden. They were outside the conservatory, just going to town, bro. I had to literally.
How many of them were there? Were like two of them?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, together.
Were they putting keys in a bowl?
Yeah.
I
literally had to throw like something out the bathroom window.
Bro, I put the bins out yesterday, and as I'm literally going outside, I just see one fox that was kind of hench in it, and it was just looking at me, and I thought, "There's no way I'm losing this stare off." So I'm not moving, and the fox weren't moving. I was thinking,
they don't fear us now.
This is the first time I might have to fight a fox, but I gotta be careful. I don't want to get bitten by the things. They carry them. So you know when you do the whole, you did a little hezzy fake. You did a little Iwobi. Yeah, I done one of them. Fox ran, but it didn't really run. It ran for a little bit and stopped and looked back. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna call it a night. Throw the bin into the thing, and I just ran upstairs. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even walk. I ran. You heard me, chat. I ran. Because I said, if I do the hezzy and you're only just running a little bit and then you're looking back, Why are you looking back?
Yeah, they're playing
they're not. Yeah, they don't play
Nah,
about.
man.
Before we move on, guys, we have got 486 people in the building now. We're only on 160 odd likes. So
Come on, chat. Come on, man.
let's get these at 200 as
Let's
least,
get that as a 300. Come on, chat.
At least we're on
What are
Darwin
we doing?
conversion at the moment, so we need that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
we
real.
need that. Yeah, let's get Ian Rush conversion going, guys.
Come on.
1 in 2 at least. 1 in 2 at least. No, it's good news. Virgil staying, obviously Salah staying. I think it actually helps the club. What?
So I'm laughing because John says Matt getting beaten up. Bruv, I wouldn't be beaten up. Bruv, the Foxes don't like punch. I'm getting bitten, fam. I'm probably gonna get something. That's a mad thing. I'm going straight. You know what? It's one of the things you have to go straight to A&E, bro. Them things carry the most.
100%.
Yeah. Someone just DM'd me. At least Matt weren't here for your beginning speech, Jay. So I just said.
What happened?
Nothing.
No.
I know. I know snitch. I know.
No, chat. What's Jay talking about? Please tell me one about Ibu, please.
What about Ibu?
Grav?
No,
Grav.
I love Grav. All
right. We're cool.
Grav's my guy. Grav's my guy. Doesn't play for Liverpool. Be up, Gaz. He says FSG will say we have no cash now. We spent over 60 million securing a contract for the next 2 years. We need to sign Sunset from Bilbao.
I'm not too sure that is. I'll be honest. I watched.
Never heard of him, man.
I'm not sure that is though.
Never heard of him, Gaz. What position did he play, man? What position?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Big up Gaz though. That's Gaz. Big up Gaz because Gaz has been watching Bilbao for years. That's one of the.
I take it for. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Big up Gaz. You've been watching them for time. Rodrygo.
Trey's the only one who said it. Yeah.
Oh, what we doing? Are we talking about Rodrygo at the beginning of the show?
Yeah, bum settings, man. Bum settings.
Right. That's 2 bad games and he's a bum. That's crazy.
Again, I can only go on games that I've seen, as I told the chat.
No, fair play. What about you, Cal?
I didn't say anything, bro. Why is this?
I'm just asking you.
No, Cal disagreed.
You didn't just say what's your thoughts, Cal. You said.
I think we're all going to agree on this, though. We're all going to agree on this, yeah? We might all agree on this.
You saying,
are we?
Bro?
What? Were we lucky that we didn't get Jude Bellingham?
No, I feel like, all right. I'm going to say this, Jay. I'm going to be very.
I'm not on about he's turned into a prick.
All right. Let me say this firstly. Last year, I didn't expect Jude Bellingham to do what he done last year, and that's me being so real. He was arguably Real Madrid's best player in the Liga, not like in champs, but in the Liga, because I do think he was arguably the most important player. But one thing I will say is this, though: his arrogance, because he now plays for Real Madrid, is now out. Yeah, it's not out of this world. Is Jude Bellingham a good player? Yes. Is he world class? That's debatable. He has world class mentality, but his ability is in question. Is he being deployed rightly this year? No. You can say that about a lot of the Real Madrid players, because I'm being honest with you. If you're Florentino Perez and you've got an idea of how you want your Real Madrid to look like, you don't buy 3 left wingers and play them up front. Because that's what Real Madrid have.
It's absolute madness. They got
Rodrygo by trade at Santos was a left winger. Vinny Jr. at Palmeiras, I think he was. No. Flamengo, Palmeiras? I can't remember now. But when he was playing, left wing. Mbappe, more time, left wing until obviously when they got Neymar, when obviously went essentially, but he still turns as left winger. You can't do that. This season, every single Real Madrid player has been shocking. The chat were getting on to me earlier on when I was doing my big up watch alongs earlier in the season. They were like, listen, Real Madrid have been crap. And I'm like, I agree with you. They are being crap. Jay, you were there.
Did we do the first game in the season when they
we did, bro. They struggled. Real Madrid have not been looking good. What I did say is when it comes to business end of the season, they should fix up. But the problem is they haven't. And they fixed up just a little bit, but it wasn't enough to cover over those cracks. And those cracks is this. They've got too many injuries in the back line, Jay. You already know. They're
Yeah,
missing
they're injured on a
Eder
match.
Militao and Alaba are both been out with ACLs. You can't expect to play Alaba at left back, who's
No,
had a bad ACL against Saka. And I know Saka's got his own issues, but Alaba's been out for way longer than
And
Saka.
he's not. He's more of a centre back. He's
You're playing a young centre
It's
back.
their fullbacks. Their problem. They're missing their fullbacks.
Yeah,
No
you've got no Carvajal. You've got an Asensio who's learning on the job. You have to rejig the team. You're playing Valverde at right back. Shermani doesn't know whether he's a centre back or a DM anymore. Camavinga's not been used how he was last year. They have issues. They need to sort that out. But in terms of Jude Bellingham, I'm gonna say this: I don't think he's crap. I think people, in my opinion, are doing a bit too much. But I also don't think. Yeah, but I also don't think he's the best player since sliced bread either. Jude Bellingham is a good player, but he's having a terrible season alongside his Real Madrid compatriots. And that's me being so real.
Do you know what he reminds me of? Yeah, this is what he reminds me of. Yeah, he's a finisher. He's a bit like Foden. Foden's a finisher. You know, he's not a creative or a passer or anything like that. He's a
but
finisher.
Foden's got more, Jay. Foden got more.
Yeah, more to his game, but he's a finisher.
Yeah.
Bellingham's a finisher. That's why he can play in that false 9 area and finish games. Yeah.
Yeah,
When I look at Real Madrid, they have got no passer in their midfield, like none. That's why I said to Cal earlier. That's why they want Trent, because I don't think he's going to play right back.
They lost Tony Cruz, bro.
Yeah,
Tony Cruz is their pass master.
Trent's going to be their new Tony Cruz.
I agree.
He's just going to sit there, have all the room in the world, and just pass everyone off the pitch. Because, he's different, man. He's different. Big up says Gaz. He said he plays. Gaz, you could have just put it in the comments, man. I would have read it. But big up to you, man. He plays centre mid, banging in goals. Love to you, lads. No Paul's big up, man.
Big up.
Love to Cal at this time. Protect Cal. Hashtag protect Cal.
Big up my guy.
Gaz.
Big up, Gaz.
Big up, Gaz. But yeah, you have to protect Cal, man. You have to, Cal is a bit like Stonehenge. You know what I mean? You know, you got to protect these things. You know, you got to protect them.
How did you even think of that? Well, this is me. Yeah, just
English heritage, Cal. That's what I'm saying.
There like this, like playing like I'm stuck in the mud, like.
English heritage. See, you know that's what I'm getting at. See, you have to protect, man. You have to protect. Right. So, summer window, like literally, striker guys, because Darwin's leaving. You know, if he doesn't leave, Slot's just go leave him at pre-season somewhere and not bring him home. Like Klopp almost.
Yeah.
Where was it?
Sorry.
Where we going for our first game this year? Is it
Asia, ain't it? I think we're in Asia.
Where is it? Are we going to Asia? I think it is.
It's Japan we're at.
Because remember, Cal, I was showing you like the promo they did, and they used I'm pretty sure it's in.
Yeah,
they use Endo. Yeah, I'm almost certain.
Japan. We're going.
If Darwin's still there, they're leaving Darwin there, and they ain't gonna.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
Right. So if Darwin's going to go, who are we going to get to replace him? Because I think we'd all love Isak. The fact that I think Newcastle going to finish third in the Premier League, he ain't going nowhere next season.
They might finish second, Jay.
They could do it. Only Liverpool have won more games than Newcastle in the Premier League.
Yeah,
which is insane.
If Tonali was fit for more of the season, there's an argument to say they'd be the ones pushing.
Yeah, they got a great first 11, man. They got a great first 11.
Bro, what about Botman? Remember, they ain't even had a.
Botman's
been missing for time, bro. He had an ACL in it, Botman.
They add in the summer. They're going to be a problem.
They got a tremendous striker. They've arguably got the best midfield in the league. I think they need stronger centre backs, personally.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
And a stronger goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And probably a right winger.
This is gonna sound weird. Jacob Murphy, he scores the weirdest goals I've ever. Like you see,
Newcastle, don't he? But if they want to go and win things,
it sounds so weird. If Jacob Murphy goes to anywhere else, I actually think he's meaty. But at Newcastle, he's a bad man. Here's what I'm gonna say. If you're Newcastle, you keep hold of Jacob Murphy, but you go and get someone like Mbeumo.
Yeah.
If you get Mbeumo at Newcastle,
guess who's linked to Newcastle today?
Who?
Mbeumo.
Are you being dead serious?
Yeah, he's actually.
It makes sense. Mbeumo on the right, Gordon or Harvey Barnes on the left, and then Isak up top.
bro.
Yeah, they could be a menace next season.
I
you know?
wouldn't be surprised if they got the.
So why would Isak leave? No, in all honesty,
all right. Shall I tell you why though? All jokes aside, as great as Newcastle are, and they've got something going, I think it's the law of knowing that with Newcastle, it's still a gamble. Whereas maybe if he's looking at it as an outsider, he's thinking about Liverpool are more of a guarantee. He knows what we can do in Champions League. Because as great as Newcastle are, I don't know what their PSR is looking like. Sorry,
they got to sell.
But
apparently.
Newcastle in the Champions League, they're a little bit like they might be just as good, maybe even as. Yeah,
Matt, they struggle when they go Europe. Look when they have single seasons, they always finish Champions League. When they get Europe, they drop down, don't they?
Yeah, they can't do both. Isak will go to Liverpool knowing in his mind, I have the best shot of winning the Premier League. I've just seen 2 of their superstars re-sign, and it looks like they're going to build on something. I can be their new number 9. That's what I would think Isak will be looking at. But I could be so wrong, by the way, because, excuse me, he could look at Newcastle and go, well, we're building something here. Why am I leaving? We could challenge for the Prem next year. It all depends on Newcastle's shopping.
He's just got so much, ain't he?
You can't have, like, as great as Newcastle have been this year, you can't have Dan Burn and Shaw, in my opinion, to win you the league. They are good defenders in their own right. But even Newcastle fans will probably say to you, give an example, if they would have got
keep going.
Trying to think of a centre back, but like say like they got like not Araujo from Barcelona, but like all right, say they got a Bastoni. Say Newcastle went mad and they're we're gonna go and get like another Italian to make Tonali feel more at home, so to speak. We're gonna get his compatriot. We'll go and get Bastoni and then someone else. I'm telling you for now, if Newcastle get Bastoni and Mbeumo, in my opinion, they're already challenging. They're actually already challenging because you can then rotate kind of like a Shaw. Actually, no, you might need one more centre back actually because Thing is also left-footed, didn't he? Botman's left-footed, yeah. So if you're Newcastle, 2 centre-backs, a right winger, you're blessed. Their full-backs are calm. Livramento and
Trippier.
No.
Hall.
Lewis Hall. Cold. Midfield, cold. Anthony Gordon does what it says on the thing kind of thing. Pause. Like, he's just efficient in it. And then you've got Isak, the striker. Newcastle are, they might need a goalkeeper, 2 centre-backs, and a right winger.
I think they need one more centre midfielder to rotate as well.
Yeah, they do, because Joel Linton's going to get found out for steroid abuse soon.
They need someone to rotate Isak, especially if they're going to be in the Champions League. Yeah. I expect Newcastle to go big this summer. I think the lust for players that we go for as well.
I think, right, here's my wild one, yeah? I just have this feeling that Liverpool might go back in for Anthony Gordon. I know he's just signed a new contract. I just have this feeling,
I'm just listening, bro. Why are you doing this?
And
don't listen to him.
I actually think Anthony Gordon scores shitloads of goals for Liverpool. I really do. I think he scores a lot of goals for Liverpool. I think he gets like 15 easy.
What, in the Prem?
No, in the whole season. 15, 16.
The thing is, though, Jay, I'll be so honest with you.
I think he's good.
Let's say we were to get Anthony Gordon. I would be expecting 12 to 15 goals in the Prem. The reason I said it is because of this. Diaz and Gakpo will normally get you about 8 or 9. Anthony Gordon is supposed to be a better decision maker. And if he's that guy that some people think he is, I want a few more goals. Because I think Diaz and Gakpo, respectively, for the season, are on about 16, 17 each. That is actually pretty good. If you deep it, it's actually pretty good. The problem is, though, is that they've both gone on spells where they've done nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of that spell when 18 or 17, something like that.
So it's Gordon. Yeah. No, I don't actually want Anthony Gordon no more. I've moved on from him. I'm just saying from a club point of view. The club usually hires. No. I've moved on from him now.
So is it Nico Williams is the one you want now? Pause.
Yeah. I get me Nico Williams, man. I think.
Hold on, Cal. Just realised what you want Anthony Gordon.
No, not my first choice.
No, but you said it to Jay, like, yeah, you
No,
want
because Jay,
I was in last season. Last season.
Oh,
was really
gotcha.
I actually think if we got him last season, I actually think he would have done really well this year.
Yeah, same.
Andy Gordon is what he is. He's very quick and he can score goals. So
he's better than what I thought he was. I'll be
in transition. In transition, he'd probably be our best winger because he's got that pace.
He's very devastating
down the wide areas of the pitch. So I think he'll be very threatening in behind. But I don't think we're going for him. The Isak stuff, we all want Isak as our main striker. Will it happen? Will any club be able to afford him? I'm not sure. I think Isak's the sort of player a club's going to go for if they only needed one player in the summer. Especially if he's around that 130 million mark. Because then Newcastle will probably go, I want a chunk of that up front just so they can settle with PSR a little bit and then go and do all their business in the summer. Also, in Liverpool game, we need a left back, centre back. We've left it a bit late. We should have got him before we got Darwin, to be fair.
Yeah.
We should have got him before we got Darwin, to be fair. Yeah, that's good left. That's good. That's good wish list. It's good wish list. I won't mention it. No, it's good list.
See, Carl's wish
list. I don't know. I know what Jamrock's saying there about the Nico Williams. The thing is, if we're getting a killer up front, do you need a killer left winger?
Not necessarily, no. Because what normally happens is very rare. All three are killers. If you,
we've been lucky.
Again, I know
we've been blessed. Yeah, we've been blessed.
100%. That like time when we had Firmino, Salah, Mane was just, it's never gonna happen again. However, but you can live with a killer number 9, a killer right winger, and a left winger that's just good. Doesn't have to be exceptional. And the reason why I say that is this, guys. We've just won a league without a striker.
Yeah.
Let that sink in. We've won the league without a striker. We've tried Núñez, Jota, for various reasons. It hasn't worked. Injuries, loss of form. And Gakpo and Diaz are about to rotate that left wing spot, but Salah's been the killer. And we've done it all without a striker. That's testament to our greatness, you know. Don't let people on the internet fool you, chat. Don't let no one fool you. Just won a league without a striker. No one can't talk to us.
Let's say Isak's off the table just for the fact that I don't know if anyone can actually afford him, yeah?
Yeah.
Who do you think we go for? Because I think everyone else is a gamble unless you're the elite strikers in Europe at the moment that are probably... I don't think any of the elite strikers in Europe are attainable next year.
Yeah.
So who do you go for? Everyone else is probably a gamble, ain't they?
I think smart business is maybe Osimhen and Delap. But I feel like Osimhen's already Chelsea bound.
Same.
A lot of people think Osimhen's got Darwin vibes, you know.
So he's more. I'd say Osimhen's more like a Haaland in the sense of he'll probably miss 5 and score 6, if that makes sense. Whereas Darwin will miss 8 and score 1. So he's one of those guys. Like Osimhen is not. He'll get you a high volume of goals, but he's not. For me, I don't see Osimhen as a one shot, one goal type of striker.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I reckon Osimhen over the course of the season will probably finish on like 25 Premier League goals.
Hang on, I just thought of something. If you went and got Osimhen, could you recreate the Kvaratskhelia Osimhen at Napoli with Salah and Osimhen?
Should have just been Kvara and Osimhen, isn't it?
Yeah, I know that, but because I think Osimhen with I think Osimhen. I don't know if Osimhen can play the loan. It looks like he needs someone to feed.
Oh yeah, he needs service.
You know, that year him and Kvara, they were just superb together. You know, if you get Salah close to Osimhen, that could be a tidy partnership.
Cal, who would you pick out of these 3 strikers? Osimhen, Lautaro Martinez, or Marcus Thuram?
Oh, I knew you were going to do that. For Liverpool.
Hang on. I'll just say something before Cal goes. I watched Marcus Thuram run yesterday. I thought I had my Sky paused. I ain't going to lie. Did anyone see that bit when the ball went over the top and he was in on goal? I thought I had my Sky box paused. Man, I don't want that player nowhere near me, man. He's an insult.
Was it not so crazy? He had a sick assist. I think it was last week.
Yeah, in the first game. Yeah.
What was so ironic was that we was on Hassan's show, and Hassan was literally saying Thuram is way better than what you give him credit for. And I saw it and thought
he called him elite.
He ain't elite, man. He's shit.
No. I think big up Hassan. He corrects himself. Obviously, maybe not elite, but he was like he would put him in say top 10 strikers in Europe. I think he said or something like that. Here's the thing with Thuram though. I feel like to get the best out of Thuram, you need another player, which for me doesn't. What I can't put him in that category of the upper echelon of strikers. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If you need someone else to make you better, if that makes sense.
The man's stiff, man.
Stiff. He's a bit too don't move.
The man looks like he's built out of blue chew. You know what I mean? He's stiff from head to toe, man.
But I will say this though, he's very underrated.
Before we Cal, could you read that super chat for me? I've got to blow my nose. Sorry.
Yeah, go on, bro.
Last one, lads. Going on Twitter nowadays, it's like Leonidas versus Emil Persians and Xerxes 300. Bite down on the endo gumshoes. Spartans! Oh!
Big guys, can I get? Like, I will say this though. Thuram is underrated though. Thuram's a good striker. We just don't like the way how he plays. There's a difference.
To answer your question though, Matt. So who was it? Osman, Lautaro, and
who would you go for?
Go Osman, but I love Lautaro. You know.
Do you know he frustrates Inter Milan fans? You know.
The thing about Lautaro,
I like him. I watch him quite a lot.
All right, so Jay,
he's a good footballer, but he can be frustrating, man.
Yeah.
All right. Do you think that? See how Martinez gets most of the goals? Is that because Thuram does the facilitating?
Thuram don't always start.
Okay.
It doesn't always start. I'm telling you, man, he's stiff. You know, I don't know what happened with Lillian when he had him, but you know, the man is stiff, man. His brother's better than him.
Oh, what Kefren? Yeah.
He's more loose, more agile, more athletic. I think Thuram would be good in the Premier League, though, because he's strong,
physical, innit?
He's physical. So I actually think he would be good in the Premier League, but he's not the kind of striker I would want at Liverpool with the attack we want to play with.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him at Liverpool, but I can also see him doing very well.
Where Martinez will cook for Liverpool.
You think so?
Yeah, he'd cook for Liverpool, but he'd frustrate the shit out of you. With Lautaro, he's either fucking great or he's just. There's no middle ground.
Okay,
Gotcha.
That's
what I see when I watch him play, but I do think he's a good player, man.
Carl, you've had enough time to think. Don't look at no stats, Carl. Who are you picking?
Osman. I'll go Osman.
Would you still fair play?
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. Yeah. See, if we get Osman, I think the left winger has to be a dribbler and has to be creative.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
But if I'm going to be honest, given the left wingers we have currently, if we signed Osman, Gakpo would be the best person to play because Gakpo's cutting and cross. Osman would feed off that all day.
Yeah, you got to have the right left winger.
That's a good shot. I didn't think about that.
That's why
crossing, isn't it?
Luis Diaz.
Gakpo would eat
if I'm a striker, I'd rather play with Gakpo as my left winger than Luis Diaz.
100%.
Because
but the wish list I put in the private chat, for me, the top two there, they would cause them. And buying those two players would actually free up the rest of it. You can't double up, triple up on salary if you've got someone on the other side who can do a madness as well.
I think the left wing and striker. I don't know who we're going to get. I really don't know. If we got Isak, I'm sorry. I will.
You keep on doing this yourself, Jay. You're not learning.
I know I'm not learning, but if we did and we signed all these guys out and they just went, you know what, is this?
No, if we got Isak,
I would get that tattooed on me.
Well, I've already said what I am, so
I would get that tattooed on my arm.
If we was to sign Isak, though, oh my, bro,
Isak and Salah.
Let's say Isak and the left winger you wanted, Jay. That front three doesn't.
Nico Williams, Isak, and Salah as your front three.
Oh no!
Yeah, because again, Nico Williams doesn't have the pressure of having to score all these goals. When you got Isak, he can learn from them too and get better. Like, you know what I'm saying, for the next 2-3 years.
Every watch long, I'd be bricked up.
Do you know what I'm gonna say?
I'd get Julian Alvarez if we can't get Isak. That'd be my second choice.
Would you?
Julian don't move me, you know.
I know, but he does it everywhere he's been, though. That's the thing, ain't it?
And I think I know what you mean, but he's still quality, though, bro.
He's done it at Atletico. He did it at City. He did it for Argentina.
He's still quality.
He's got something about him. He's not like a proper. He's not the finisher of Isak. I agree with that, but.
You're taking Liam Delap in it, over.
I've been on. I was the first one to mention him.
Would you take Liam Delap over Alvarez?
No,
Alvarez is a better player.
Yeah,
but as a pure striker,
yeah,
he's not an out striker like that.
There's something about Delap. I just see it as a pure striker. I think he's gonna be special.
I think Delap's going to be the next Harry Kane, personally.
He's got that mentality about him as well, where he's just like, I don't give a damn. Like,
I hear it.
I tell you, right.
But yeah,
Delap's going to be interesting because he's going to get his move, and he's only going to be 30 million.
I think he goes
nuts,
Newcastle.
Pause.
That is an excellent bit of business.
You think he goes Newcastle? Now, do you know what I will say? If Newcastle hang on to Isak and they get Delap and they buy, just say one centre back. Let's say for argument's sake they buy Bastoni, just for argument's sake, and then they buy who did I say again from Brentford? Mbeumo. I'm not gonna. I look at them as title contenders.
I'm gonna be real.
Whoa. Delap has no technical ability.
That's what I mean. People sleep on him because he's English and has a basic name. People sleep.
No, he has got technical ability, man. He has.
You see, if Bastoni leaves Inter Milan and doesn't end up in Liverpool, I'm going to go mad.
Did you see Bastoni the other day against flipping Bayern? Did you see the challenge he made?
Yes,
oh my,
flipping amazing.
Now Bastoni a madman.
No, but Stoney's.
I couldn't at one point. I was unsure who was better between Bastoni and Schlotterbeck in it. Remember, I was saying,
but Stoney walks away with Schlotterbeck.
No. There was times when I thought, Schlotterbeck, I think he's better suited because Bastoni's like lack of pace. But I'll tell you this, Bastoni's just different.
What we got to do, like K-Max says there, we got to see if Bastoni's got a gambling problem.
Nah, for real.
I tell you, right, you know the midfielder I want,
and Virgil.
This might throw people. Yeah, the midfielder I want. I don't think we're going to go and get an out-and-out aggressive DM. I think Slot likes Graham Merchant DM, personally. Right? Do you know the midfielder I would go and take a chance with, as long as it's all kosher and he's got, him and the FA and the Premier League have got their shit sorted and he's not found guilty of anything. Paqueta from West Ham. I watched Paqueta at West Ham. It's technically brilliant. What Slot would want. He's also aggressive.
He only turns up against the big teams, though, Jay.
Yeah, this is what
because he plays for West Ham.
All right,
there's a reason Man City were going for him.
There's something about Paqueta. Like I think Paqueta is talented as hell.
So inconsistent.
It's inconsistent. But then again, maybe I'm contradicting myself though, because I speak highly of Kudus and Kudus plays in it. So maybe it's the West Ham.
I don't think it's an attacking midfielder. I think you can play him in the double pivot quite comfortably. Paqueta.
No, I agree with that.
Comfortably.
You could do. He's played it before.
He's proper aggressive. And he can pass on that. And that you could get him with Gravenberch and move McAllister further up the pitch. He frees McAllister up. So you got a South American flair and a Dutchman.
How old is Paqueta, by the way, guys?
I don't know. I like him. I like him. Man. I like him. I think
Paqueta is a very talented player. I just wonder whether he gets sidetracked too easily with his other stuff that's going on. That's all my way.
No controller in that midfield.
He's 27.
I don't know.
If Camavinga is available, go and get him at all costs.
You think at all costs? You think so?
Yeah. If he's available, the rumours are he's available for 60 million, only.
All right. So here's Cal. What do Liverpool need more, in your opinion? Camavinga or Tchouaméni?
Tchouaméni's shit.
I think Camavinga can do everything Tchouaméni can.
Yeah, and he's a better footballer than Tchouaméni.
Apart from long range passing.
Brother,
I think Tchouaméni's
long range passing.
Tchouaméni, in my opinion, can read the game better than Camavinga. It's just in my opinion.
I saw him read the game beautifully yesterday, man.
No, I knew he was going to say that. I knew it. Camavinga, very quick on the top. I watch a lot of La Liga, Cal, and I'm telling you, Camavinga's quality when he's on the ball. When he's on the ball, don't get me wrong, he's tigerish in a challenge, but Tchouaméni can sense danger better than Camavinga, you know. And there's times when like Camavinga.
If we're talking a single pivot, then I'm going Tchouaméni.
Yeah,
if in a double, you need Camavinga, don't you? Need Camavinga.
But what I'm saying is, in the Premier League,
you're not feeling that now.
I'd have Tchouaméni as centre back.
What I'm saying is this, guys: we go to Newcastle as Camavinga is cold. Camavinga is cold, yeah. But Tchouaméni is a different style of player, but more robust though. Matt, you was on the why are people doing I don't understand.
I don't like him.
I don't understand. People forget who Rodrygo is, but it's cool. I get it. Real Madrid are crap this year. I get it. I'll let people say what they want to say, but I get it.
Do you think? But do you guys think Belieber is better than is that? Could he be that
guy?
guy?
No, he's not better than Camavinga right now. No, he's not.
No, he's better than Tchouaméni.
Could he be better than Camavinga in the next couple of years, though?
He has potential.
He has the potential.
But he's not better. No.
Even
I know that. No.
He's Belieber at his age now. Is he? How old's Belieber? 21?
20.
Yeah.
Is he playing at a sort of similar level that Camavinga did before Real Madrid bought him?
I think Cam was playing at a high level, hence why Real Madrid got him. Shall I tell you what it is? Maybe I'm a little guilty of it as well, because I think people only predominantly watch the Premier League. They feel as though Premier League players like Belieber's very good, but I do feel like he's also overhyped.
If Belieber's 100 million, Camavinga's nowhere near that, then you're going Camavinga in. Because that's the rumor. Camavinga's available.
Bro, we'll probably get Camavinga for cheaper than Belieber, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So real.
If Camavinga was
wages move more, but it's
and if you're asking me out of the two, I'm taking Camavinga because I'm not paying as great as I think Belieber is, and Belieber is quality. You're playing for potential. Camavinga's already there already, and
Camavinga's 22.
Yeah. How old is Tchouaméni, Cal? Just out of interest.
Belieber's 21, so there's only a year between them.
Yeah.
Tchouaméni, I think, is like 25 now.
Yeah, 25, 24, 25?
25, yeah. Turned 25 in January.
Yeah.
Tchouaméni had a shout out to Jade Activist, actually. Tchouaméni's had loads of like foot injuries, though.
Yeah, that's
he has.
So Tchouaméni is on £206 a week at Real Madrid.
How much is Cameron?
Sorry, that's Camavinga. Sorry, I didn't mean Tchouaméni.
206K.
So 206,000. Okay. Just over 200,000 a week. What about Camavinga? You said not Tchouaméni. Sorry, I'm getting the names.
I'm not sure. Let me have a look.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Cal. Cal, you said you wanted more steel in that midfield, brother. Yeah. I'll give an example.
You don't think Cam got the steel? Pause.
No. Yeah, big pause. But he does, but he's not as robust as Camavinga, bro. I keep getting the names. That's Tchouaméni. Sorry.
He's
a better ball carrier. He can get you out of trouble. But you see, Cal, when like someone's on a breakaway and you need someone to just run up and put a slide challenge and then clean the ball. That's Tchouaméni, you know, bro.
I think Cama's done that though. I've seen Cama do that.
Cama can do it, but like I trust Tchouaméni more from a defensive point of view.
Tchouaméni and Camavinga are on exactly the same wage.
Okay.
So Rodrygo, Tchouaméni, Camavinga are all on the same wage.
If
Camavinga's more of a ball progressor, Tchouaméni is more of a defensive screener. He will protect the back four.
Jude Bellingham's on 400 grand a week.
No, Jude Bellingham doing yeah. And that's not even including his PR stuff either.
Do you think Tchouaméni's regressed? I wouldn't even say regressed. Do you think he stagnated in Madrid because of the lack of stability between his of playing position, or do you think it's because Camavinga's got there and kind of showed he's that guy?
I think Tchouaméni's regressed just because of injuries.
I don't think he's regressed, in my opinion. when you say injuries, I'm gonna say injuries due to other players he has even had to play centre back. That's the thing. Ancelotti done the whole. You're a DM in it, like, and you're strong and you're quick. You're quick enough. You can play centre back with Rudiger. Remember, he done that last year. What did they win last year, guys? What did they win last year, guys?
Would you argue that Thomas Partey is better than all of them?
No. Thomas Partey's had a very, very good season. But
he was great at Atletico as well, wasn't he? To be fair,
no, he was. He was class at Atletico.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
this is what like is a bit. I don't want people to
only missed 5 games. Was it last season scraps where he was injured a lot?
In my opinion, Jay, people are being reactionary. Real Madrid are having a crap year, but people forget what Real Madrid done last year, Jay.
Yeah. Well, that's when they had their midfield was better.
No, I know because Tony was there, innit?
Yeah, Tony Cruz was there. Modric was playing more regularly, and Bellingham went in the midfield. He was the false 9.
He was playing in the false 9. Yeah,
they had a better midfield than this. Their midfield was awful.
It's because Tony Cruz is the pass master who makes things tick and can open up the game. And like,
is this the guy?
Yeah, Tony Cruz is different. So.
No, Stiller. Is he the guy?
Oh, Stiller. I mean, you have to ask. Actually, no, let's not ask him because he's
Stiller the guy. I like Stiller, man. I think he's a comment. The problem with Stiller, he couldn't have him in family photos. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying now. There's one ugly man. Well, Real Madrid got rid of Thingy. That was a rumor, wasn't it? Who's that? Who's the winger the Real Madrid got rid of because he was ugly?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The Argentinian. I can't remember his bloody name now.
Di
Maria. That's it. Yeah.
I
like Stiller, man. Stiller, quality player. Quality player. Be interesting to see what midfielder. Joe Gomez.
He's a good player. I just wonder about his ceiling, though, in terms of like, is he just good in it? Yeah.
What happened to that Andre guy?
Do you know what?
No comment.
Do you know what though? Even though you can see Andre's not that guy, Andre's still a good player. He's just not Liverpool quality.
We as a fan base did it again. Just because a player's linked with us doesn't make the player great. It's not even you, Matt, by the way.
No, I know.
The whole fan base tuned into the Copa Libertadores just to watch Andre and glaze him.
They got the highest ratings.
No, but to be fair though, Kat, he was doing bits though, bro.
But he's not. But he was never that guy.
No, but Liverpool, bro. If he didn't turn us down, we would have got him. He would have been the end.
Like he was the next Kante and all this. It's crazy.
No, he's not, Kat. But people won't like what I'm about to say. You see, Andre.
Wow.
There's no reason to suggest that he couldn't. No, but there's no reason to suggest that he couldn't have done what Endo's doing now, if that makes sense.
No, I hear that.
He's a good player, bro. Trust me.
Andre says, Cal, we're Sabozlai brothers no more. Your visa is revoked.
For the longest time.
Big up Darwin. He says, Cal is the fox whisperer. Jay says, Arsenal finishing third in a two-team race. Oh, that would be hilarious.
That would be kind of mad.
Arsenal insulted Tottenham with that a few years ago, didn't they?
Yeah, but do you know what worries me? I won't say it here, but they're in another competition. We know what competition it is.
They're not beating PSG.
If they win, now Jay, I'm not saying nothing.
They're getting to the final, Jay.
I'm not saying nothing.
PSG in the Milan final.
They're going to the final.
In the Milan, winning Champions League anyway. AJ, big up to you. Says justice for Chiesa, Liba, and Delap or Isak. And we read that Gazzy's one. What before we go, we'll just go quickly talk about the game as well. But quickly, Chiesa, what's happened? Because every time Chiesa comes on, he does something and looks absolutely fine and looks good. Has Klopp just given up on him because of that performance against Plymouth when he started?
Has Chiesa scored any important goals against the Netherlands?
He might have done.
Maybe back in the day, when he was a real bad man. Maybe back in the day.
Maybe his dad did. Maybe his dad did. And he stopped holding.
Someone in his bloodline, whether it be him or in his bloodline, has done something to really pee off Arne Slot. and Slot is not a man who's letting the grud go.
Slot don't like spaghetti, you know. Slot don't like spaghetti.
I'm gonna be so real. I don't know what it is that Case has done or said, but Slot just does not trust him for whatever reason. That Plymouth game was that game where I really thought like he didn't have a good game in it, but like it seems like from that game, Slot's just been like, no. Remember, there were always rumors before his training wasn't training very well. No, it was training well, but he kept on being ill, missing a lot of training sessions, not being able to stay in training. Slot wasn't impressed with that. He finally gets used to English football. You play against Plymouth, you put up kind of like a stinker like everyone else, and then you don't trust him. It's not his player. And I genuinely feel like when Liverpool signed him, they didn't consult Slot. They just told him you're getting Chiesa. You can see it. That was a Richard Hughes opportunistic signing. There's a player who has the ability to be world-class like how he used to be, or on the cusp of world-class.
Yeah, but if it worked, yeah.
That's what I mean. But in Slot's mind, there's something. Remember, we're not privy to everything in training. We only see clips in it. There's something that he sees and he's gone, nah, just nah. I don't know what it is though, bro.
Do you think he's definitely gone in the summer, or does he have a chance to be here next season?
I don't know. You know, if his seasons are, I don't know, because I don't know if we can sell too much in that front line.
No, he gone, fam. Liverpool
because if Darwin and Diaz goes, I think that's enough. You go and get your main striker. You go and get your starting left winger. Then you got him and Gakpo there. You go and get your main striker. Then you got him and Jota, and then you got Chiesa and Salah. Because otherwise you're doing too much. Why let Chiesa go just to buy a replacement that don't play anyway?
Because I think you can sell Chiesa, Diaz, Nunes, and Jota.
I don't think Jota
is serious profit.
You've already got Harvey as your backup right winger. You got Gakpo there. Yeah,
how much you pay for Chiesa, guys?
I think he's going to give Chiesa pre-season, because we have to remember this. Chiesa never had a pre-season this year with Juventus or Liverpool. He never had a pre-season.
Here's the question,
bro. You know,
sorry, go on, man.
No, go on, bro.
Well, the question is, would you rather Chiesa stay and rotate with Gakpo, or sell him and add money on and get Nico Williams, for example?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think Chiesa stays.
I wouldn't be upset with it. I don't know. I want someone in that front line who's very direct, very tricky, and very pacey.
Yeah.
Do you guys?
Unless you let Jota go and you leave Chiesa as your second choice 9.
I've never understood if a player doesn't have pre-season that he doesn't feel like he's ready for 6 months though. That's another thing.
I have seen it though with other teams.
Yeah,
it's not 6 months though, mate. It's the whole season effectively.
Bro,
you got to give him a pre. I think if Slot gives him a pre-season, he looks really good, looks fit, ready for it, ready to go. I think we keep him. I think Chiesa might be a late sell in the summer window, just to see how he looks in pre-season. I think with Darwin and Jota and Diaz, I think the bids come in, they just go in away.
The thing is, Chiesa is our best left winger.
Yeah, but you're talking pre-injury Chiesa.
No, that's what I'm saying. But that's all I can go.
You're going back Florentina days and early Juve. But you're right though. If he ever was to get back to that Chiesa,
I don't even think he has to get back to that level though. Chiesa.
No, but that Chiesa was frightening, bro. Like,
yeah, but that Chiesa was on trajectory to be one of the best in the world. But I'm saying Chiesa, because I think Chiesa is a better finisher than Diaz. Him and Gakpo is a debate. I think he's a better finisher with his weaker foot than Gakpo. On a strong foot, though, Gakpo's got good finishing with his right foot.
Yeah.
I actually don't think there's much between them in the air. I think he's a better dribbler than Gakpo. Chiesa's decent in the air.
No,
decent.
Gakpo better than Chiesa in the air, though.
I don't think there's much in it.
Oh
You don't
shit!
think so?
I've just noticed that Endo and Diaz get the same wages. That's mad.
That's crazy.
That's mad. That is crazy. I would say Gakpo better in the
I'd say
air. But what's the other
Chiesa's a
thing you
better
said though?
dribbler.
Dribbler. Yeah,
I think
Chiesa
so.
better dribbling. Yeah.
And he's less predictable than Gakpo as well.
I think Chiesa's best through the middle. Which way he might stay. Which he might stay. His last 2 years at Juventus, he played through the middle.
All right, but this is what I don't understand. You're right though, Jay. Because last season at Juve, they played a 3-5-2, and I think he played like as a secondary striker.
He played that 3-10 striker role, didn't he? Yeah.
But what baffles me is the manager, no matter what happens, Diogo Jota starting. Like, it don't matter what we do, Jay. We look at the stinkers Jota put up against PSG. I was so shocked to see Darwin not starting the return leg or the game after.
I don't know. I'm with you. It's a weird one, but
it's weird.
I've just noticed Chiesa's on 150 grand a week. That's a player we signed long term. We ain't giving a player who's only here for 1 year 150 grand a week.
But hear this though.
That's a long term signing.
Flip it for 25 though, Jay. It looks all right, bro.
Yeah, but is FSG going to waste 150 million, 150 grand a week on a player that's not going to be used?
No, but
just to flip him, I don't think they would.
What hear this though? We
That
signed
makes
Chiesa for between 10 to 12 mil. If a bid comes in for about 15, 16, 18, 19, I reckon Liverpool go, we'll sell him. We'll make him money off him, and his wages come off the wage bill. Like Liverpool, they will do that, especially if they feel like they're gonna get someone like an Isak. Because if you get an Isak, you're probably not gonna go and replace Chiesa. You're just going to have 5 strikers instead of 6, knowing that you've got a bona fide bad man in front of goal. Whereas right now, like I've been saying, we're about to win a league without no striker. So theoretically, we've won the league. It's going to sound, what I'm about to say is going to sound mad, but you'll understand what I'm saying. We've won the league with 4 forwards. We've got 2 strikers and we haven't really utilized any of them.
Well,
sorry, Jay, to cut you. Here's a killer, yeah? You say he might be here long term because that salary, 150k a week for a year is 7.2 mil. We bought him for, is it 13 mil? So that's 20 million total to spend on. But if we flip and get 25, 30 mil for Chiesa, we made a profit on everything.
Could do. I don't know. He's got 4 year. Hang on. He's got a 4-year contract.
Yeah.
But look at
the value, isn't it?
That's not a short-term deal, man.
And Matt, we actually haven't won the league with 4 attackers. We've pretty much won it with 3, bro.
Well, he pretty much won it at 1. Let's be fair.
Yeah, but you get the premise.
I have to give Gakpo and Diaz credit.
But you get the premise though. Like we've won it without utilizing all of our attackers.
Like Darwin's got 5 goals in the league. Jota's got 6. Like that's a poor return to do. Right?
This is our contracts here. So these are all up-to-date contracts as of right now, yeah?
Yeah.
So this is on Capology, which is quite a good detail.
They're pretty decent, to be fair. Yeah.
So Mo Salah, 20 million, as you see there. The same Virgil's on 350. This is just gross per week. This ain't got to do with bonuses or anything like that. Yeah. Trent's on 180. Robbo's on 160. McAllister's on 150. Ryan Graham-Birch on 150. Alisson's on 150. Chiesa's on 150. I think these wages are pretty good, to be fair.
I don't understand. Sorry, Jay. How did Chiesa actually? Do you know what? Chiesa
on a 4-year deal as well. It's on a 4-year deal.
But Chiesa walked in and got 150, and I look at Luis Diaz, who's doing everything in his power to get that new deal. It's Luis Diaz that I look at and go, that's not right, and especially Konate as well. I look at that and think, I know Konate probably signed in 2021. Probably should have been on about maybe close to 100. Luis Diaz, I can't even lie to you. That is so criminal. If this is true, by the way. Diaz, even when Diaz probably should have got like a contract update, maybe after his.
I want to know. I want to know what he was on at Porto, man.
He was not much.
Terrell, I haven't got the bonuses up, man. With the bonuses, it'll say different. We ain't got the bonuses.
Yeah. With bonuses, it'll be a match.
This is just base.
Diaz be on 55 grand.
How much was Diaz on that Porto then?
Apparently only reported like 20 something. I think.
I thought it was on like.
Was it 30? It might have even been that car. I'm trying to remember.
No money. It's not like he couldn't even get an Happy Meal. You know what I mean? Endo's on Diaz money. He got Harvey Elliott's on 40 grand, which for a person his age, that's what he should be on. Kwanzaa's on 30. Curtis Jones is on 15 grand a week.
Do you know who's actually like living his best life?
On 20. Nat Phillips in on 20.
No, Nat Phillips is on 20. But you know, I was gonna say, imagine you love the club, you're fond of the club, you go training, you're chilling with your brethren, but you don't get to play no football. Nat Phillips is living life, but he does this. Like Liverpool needs to set him free.
Nat Phillips was on like 60k at one stage, no?
Was he?
Yeah, but we redid his contract in 2021.
Is Nat Phillips on loan now, or did he come back?
What? And he took a 40,000 pay cut.
Why do I feel like Nat Phillips came back off loan?
No one wanted him, man. No one wanted him.
Are you sure Nat Phillips did come back off loan?
I don't know.
I feel like he did, guys.
Curtis Jones on 15 grand a week. Stefan's on 15 grand a week. Conor Bradley is on 10 grand a week. Queen Kelleher is on 10 grand a week.
I'll be so real. If I'm
He's on Stefan and Connor are on the same money. Connor is on the same money as Ben Doak as a child. That's mad.
That's mad.
And Jaros, I believe, he's got a year left in his deal. Yeah, and there's all right. So who do we think will go? Who do we think will go? I think this whole bottom list will leave you.
Yeah, probably.
Kelleher will go. How much do you reckon for Kelleher?
25.
Yeah, just over 20, I'd say.
Do you reckon we flip Ben Doak?
Yeah.
Depends on the offer, but yeah, there's get 20 million offer. I think Doak's gone.
Tyler Morton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stefan, stay or go?
Better stay.
We won't sell him. I think he might go on loan though again.
And Curtis Jones and Connor, do they get new contracts next season?
Yeah.
Yeah. I get the
feeling Slot loves Curtis Jones.
Yeah.
I like Curtis Jones, man. Diaz will probably leave. There's quite a lot of players leaving if we're thinking about it. There's quite a lot of money it can work out, you know. Simicast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whoever gave Simicast 75 grand a week should have been sacked. Gomez. How is Gomez still not on 100k?
It's mad, isn't it?
Gomez stays.
Gomez staying. I'm keeping Gomez, man.
Cody.
Oh yeah, he stays.
If a big comes in for Cody, do Liverpool stand in his way?
Depends on how much you're asking. If someone came in with like an 80, 90 million pound bid.
So the rumor is Bayern Munich looking at him for 75 mil. Liverpool only bought him for 40.
You only do that if you got a bona fide replacement. I don't think we have right now. Could be so wrong. But
what if we keep what if we actually keep Luis Diaz and give him a new deal and we sell Cody?
All right, call me crazy. People have this notion that Luis Diaz is the worst left winger ever. I don't think we should be trying to kick him out. I think if we get a good offer, that's when you go, you know what? Who can we? But people have this notion that he's crap, bro. Luis Diaz is a good player, fam. He's a very, very good player.
It's just inconsistent.
It's just on his day, he can be inconsistent. And I'm not trying to do this the recent thing because
I have to just make sure everything's all right while I talk about Luis. So.
But you see, like the 1 in 18 thing.
Yeah, all good. We can continue.
Yeah. You see the 1 in 17, yeah? See, like, Tom, you're doing too much. Like, worse. This is what I'm saying, bro.
I think right now, there's actually not many better left wingers in the league than Luis Diaz.
This is what I'm saying.
And Gakpo together.
But I think the standard of left wingers in the Premier League
is really shit. That's the difference.
No, it is.
It is. Yeah.
Martinelli ain't better. Who else is there? Who plays
in the Premier League this season? Who are you taking over Diaz and Cody Gakpo?
Doku. This is what I want to ask. Who are you taking in the Premier?
I tell you, there might be Semenyo from Bournemouth.
He's again, bro.
He's got Mane vibes.
Yeah, but he's also got like that Bandulu vibe. Bro, I'm telling you, with Semenyo, he inconsistent, bro. He's very inconsistent.
I think Gordon's on par with Diaz.
Yeah, I'll give you Gordon. I don't know. I'm not saying Semenyo's the bloke I'll go. I know a lot of people rate him. I don't know, man.
The disrespect Diaz gets, man. Like,
I don't know, but we'll leave the Diaz chat. We'll go in 1 second, guys. What we go just so Sunday, guys. Arsenal got, let's say, they got bigger fish to fry in the Premier League right now in their eyes. Champions League football, yeah. They got 13 points behind. I think Arteta's just going to leave it now and put everything in the Champions League basket. Sunday, Easter Sunday. For people that are celebrating today, it's a very good day. If you are celebrating, big up to everyone. We're sitting there. We've just watched Ipswich somehow beat Arsenal because they don't care. And they've just heavily rotated. It's 4 p.m. Easter Sunday. Liverpool got half hour to play till they play Leicester, knowing a win will make you Premier League champions. How you feeling, Cal?
We beat Leicester regardless, in my opinion. I don't see a world where Arsenal lose, even if they rotate heavy. I don't see a world where they.
I agree. That's why it's just. I'm just.
But if that happens, then yeah, I'm breaking open the appetizer, and we're gonna get Larry, bro.
Or is it typical Liverpool to draw against Leicester when they could have won it that day?
Nah, we'll beat Leicester. But I think we win the league next game against Spurs.
And this is what I'm saying. I don't really care this weekend. Even if I want to win the league at Anfield in front of the crowd for the first time, that's where I want to do it. And it's Spurs. The game after us Spurs have got is a semi-final in the Europa League. Plus, are they really going to fight that game when they know Arsenal could lose the league that day?
Yeah.
Are they going to care?
Even if they fight it, they're going to have enough. We've seen what we can do to Spurs.
They're going to heavy rotate, ain't they? They're going to put all their eggs in their Europa basket now. So, either this Sunday, boys, or next Sunday, we're actually going to be Premier League champions, man.
Yeah.
In front of a crowd. In front of a crowd. You know, it was beautiful when we won it in COVID. I didn't really care. I was loving life. I was crying. I couldn't care less, man.
Yeah.
But in front of the Anfield Krakow.
Going to be special, bro.
I
remember that Man United game back in 1920 where we beat them 2-0 and the crowd
was pumped. That's when Salah took the top off, Alisson running down. The crowd for the first time started singing "We're going to win the league," weren't they? And
yeah, like it's gonna be a beautiful feeling, man.
You right, Matt?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm good. What was your question? Sorry, Jay. What question?
Talk about winning the league.
Talking about the win league. We get like
shedding tears.
There is a possibility.
My eye in it. Yeah, go.
There is a possibility we can win it this Sunday and Easter Sunday, obviously. Arsenal play Leicester away. Do Arsenal? No, I don't give a shit about this game. They're heavy rotation. They accidentally lose, so they don't care. 4:00. You're about to you're getting ready to do the Liverpool watch.
Yeah. Come on.
How you feeling, man?
Well, here's the thing. I don't think Arsenal even drop points to Leicester.
No, I don't either. That's why I'm.
And as much as I want to, Arsenal would 100%. They'll make changes, but I don't think Leicester are good enough to take advantage. I could be so wrong. Leicester surprise the Premier League and they do something. If it happens, though, Jay, I'm going mad. Come on, because it's one of them things we've been waiting for so long. I just need it to happen now. I think Drift. I big up Drift. I think Drift said it best. He was like, "What was the analogy you used? Kind of like when you get your Christmas present, like what you're gonna get." And now you just want to have it now. Like, I'm just ready to have my Christmas present. Like, I'm just ready for us to win the title. The thing is, we know it's going to happen. We just don't know when. But this is a guarantee Liverpool are winning the Premier League. On my word, do we deserve it? Do you want to tell you why we deserve it? We won the league 5 years ago. We couldn't celebrate because the world was nearly about to end and we didn't know what the hell was going on. But people want to take that away from us because our players won the league before all that stuff happened. But not only that, had to play through it when it was a difficult time period. Yeah, bad stuff was happening. Still had to stay focused. Won the league. We couldn't celebrate though. We couldn't do nothing. We couldn't even talk. You couldn't go meet your brethren. You can't do nothing. Now we have a chance. You see, winning the league, Jay. Winning the league. It's almost like for 2 years now. Like it's like a joint title celebration from when Klopp won it, and now Slot's gonna win it. That's why I'm fully on board with Slots. Klopp saying, I'm gonna be there for the parade, and rightly so. Not to take away any shine from Slot, but we couldn't even celebrate with Klopp.
I don't know.
Let me put this up.
Yeah, sorry, Ipswich. I can't. Sorry, bro. My mind went a bit.
These are all the pundits that predicted this season. They got Arsenal, Man City to win it. Some ain't even got Liverpool in the top 4.
Yeah.
I don't know who this Ellen White is, but she had West Ham 4th. Hope she was sacked on the spot.
She had West Ham 4th. You had Spurs 4th. Yuck.
Putting Spurs in your top 4 is nasty work. Sorry.
That is diabolical.
No disrespect.
Hang on. Leon Osborne had Arsenal, Man City, Newcastle, Tottenham. Didn't even have Liverpool in top 4.
Yes.
Jermaine Beckford had Liverpool 4th, Tottenham 3rd.
Bro, look how many people put us 3rd.
Hang on.
Do you know what? But
no.
But can I say something though, Jay? Can I say something? I can't even cap it. Do you want to know why? I said at the start of the season, I think we'll be about 3rd. I can't even cap, Jay. I can't sit here and lie and say I had us to win the league. Only you and Drift were the ones that said, I think we're going to win the league. I think we got the best squad in the league. And I was like, Jay, man, we got a good squad, but we ain't got the best squad in the league. You had faith. You saw something I didn't see. No one knows how good the manager's going to be, but you obviously rated some of the players higher than how I rated the players. And
I saw City's downfall as well. You know, City have got a very old side, and to win 4 in a row is almost impossible. To win 5 in a row takes some doing, and I don't trust Arsenal with Arteta. There's no proof in it. So, you know, we have players still. We didn't really let anyone go of quality. So, you know, why not? You know, this rumor about Liverpool limping over the line. Well, apart from the Fulham game, that's our results.
Performance wise. So results wise, we're not. Performance wise, we are. Though.
And I keep saying this. Beginning of the season, that's where your performances should be. Get your performances to keep you in a position where,
Jay.
And at the end of the season is when, because you've done all that work through the season. At the end of the season, you just rely on your results.
Thank you.
And that's what Liverpool are doing. That's why we're tired as a team, because we put in all the hard work beforehand, and now we're just getting our results and getting over the line that way. But yeah, limping over the line that I've heard, all the worst Premier League champions ever. Liverpool go somehow beat this almighty Arsenal team to the Premier League.
Let them say what the hell they want.
Man United and Tottenham are in the semi-finals of the Europa League.
Yeah.
Bilbao just beat Rangers.
Yeah.
You know, only just struggled. You know, like, I think other leagues are so overrated, man. It's unreal. Overrated. Couple of supers before we get out of here. Big up Andre says, big up to you all still, but we are beefing now, Cal.
Why, Andre?
Jamrock says, let's have this uncomfortable conversation. If Arsenal win the Champions League and manage to beat us at Anfield, we're never going to live this down ever. No, I hear you. The thing is, though, I think if Arsenal win their first leg against PSG, I don't think they're going to care about any Premier League games till the end of the season. I really don't care. They just put all their rocks in the Champions League basket, if you ask me. So they're going to finish in Champions League anyway next season. So finishing second, third, or fourth is not really any different, to be fair, is it? So yeah. I think we win away at home games anyway and beat Arsenal at home. They have to give us guard of honour. So, yeah, they have to give us our guard of honour, which I am about. I think Chelsea's the first team, ain't it?
No, if we beat Spurs, it'll be Arsenal.
Is it Arsenal first?
Yeah.
I love that. Hang on.
Go on.
And Arsenal haven't won their Champions League yet. We've done the league.
No, they haven't. Yeah, you're right.
Their shit ain't done, you know. No, fuck them, man. Guys, this has been great. Another great episode in the bag.
Come on, man.
Yeah, man. We're having fun around here. It's been a great time. Yeah, we got to thank I've got to do this right now. Special thank you to these two fine gentlemen. I'm going to play for you now. And if it weren't for these, we'd have lost our two best players. about Edwards and Richards, man, every single time. Oh, dearie me. The date of the parade, I believe, is Monday, the 26th of May, which I will.
It's going to be the Monday, yeah. It's not going to be the Sunday.
Is it the Monday? Is it? Because I think you're right, Jay. I think you're right.
Yeah, because Monday's the last, 25th is the last day of the season, ain't it?
Yeah.
And the parade will be Monday.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Which I will be at, man. I will be in Liverpool.
Come on, we'll be there, Jay. Come on now.
I'll be there. I've got my Airbnb booked up and everything, so yeah. Looking forward.
They haven't got start time and finish time yet, have they?
No, I'm just gonna get there, crack a dawn, man, and then
we just gotta get there as early as possible.
I'll get on the Stella. Get on the Stella about 10 a.m. Hang around some bins. I'm good to go, man.
You're gonna go co-op, Jay.
Yeah, co-op.
You're gonna hang outside the co-op.
Go get a scummy bag and put 8 tins of Stella in there.
Yeah.
Ask someone to go and get some cigarettes for me, even though I'm old enough.
100%, man. Come on. Go co-op, bro.
Who is it? I said who looked like that geezer going in co-op. Who was it?
It was me. It was me. You to the street.
Oh, the lollipop man as well, weren't it?
No.
Can't say that here. We get done.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, you can say I'm big up. Not here, bro. We'll get finished.
That is the funniest watch long I've ever done.
That was one of the best watch I've ever. Yeah, we'll get finished. Yeah, I can't relax.
But yeah, Jamrock, last super, he says the talk of Arsenal losing because of injuries gets louder. Oh, man.
Fact.
Do you know what? Arsenal lose. Yeah, it's a bank holiday that day as well.
Yeah.
Look, would have Arsenal been a little closer to Liverpool if Saka was fit? Probably, but they wouldn't be above us because what people seem to forget, especially Arsenal fans, is that Liverpool's points are better off this year than last year.
Yeah.
So Liverpool would have been up there anyway, even if City was up there and Arsenal were up there. Liverpool would have been there anyway. So, and the fact that we can still finish on 94 points.
That's exceptional.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, all goes a bit mad. But, yeah, you two, big up. Blessed, man. Thank you very much for joining me again. Appreciate it. What you guys got coming up? Anything in the next couple of days?
Hassam and Tom show tomorrow.
Yeah, that's on Copies tomorrow.
Be watching that.
And then on Saturday, I'm doing the Aston Villa Newcastle game on Big Up on Saturday. I think that's what I got on the weekend, I think, from a personal point of view.
Yeah. Look, and as well, guys, make sure you have a great Easter weekend if you are celebrating it as well, obviously. Have a great Easter weekend and happy Good Friday to everyone tomorrow as well. And enjoy your weekend, guys. Make sure you go and follow the boys or whatever they're doing as well. And we're out of here. Peace, guys. Bye-bye.
Love
well,
you.
actually, before we go, hang on. Let's do it.
Go on, Jay.
Let's get out of here properly.
Harder! Snakes get slithery. Lean in, show y'all the meaning of chivalry. Rap ruler, you can ask Buddha.